So, getting started off, going over what happened last time. Basically, what had happened was there was a meeting between all the heroes of Amalia and the Queen. That everything was put out that what was happening. That the evil necromancer Arvok was actually taking over a lot of the land, and you guys were going out to investigate what was actually happening. However, during the conversation with the Queen, there was an attack on the throne chamber in which some zombies ended up coming into the throne chambers. At that time, everybody ended up killing the zombies, and the queen was able to recognize the clothing that they wore as being something that she usually saw in a nearby neighboring town. So she sent you guys over to there to investigate. While you guys were investigating, you split up into two parties. One of the parties ended up going to the road that came out of town, in which you failed to discover what was actually there and ended up getting somebody killed in the process. Good job.
10 out of 10.
Uh, After that, the other group were investigating the town itself. The town had been decanted completely, there was nobody there. You guys found a strange house that was basically magically soundproofed, in which you finally found a child that was in there. And you went to bring those. Uh, Taro says to somebody's actually. You went to bring that child to the tavern in order to maybe question her and get a little bit of information out of her, in order to figure out what was actually happening in that town and what she saw. After the party came back together, Toro was sent to go relay the message to Queen Amalia in order to tell her what was happening and give her an update on what was going on, which is why he is not currently here. Does everyone feel caught up? Does anyone have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
Let's get it.
so starting off, Nocturne with the Queen. Uh, so the Queen's just basically going to look at you and say, "Do you know why I summoned you here today?"
No, like,
You would have no idea why she summoned you here. You just got a summons from the Order of God. What did I call it? I made a name for it and I forgot the name. The Holy Order. The Holy Order, which is another faction of the armies of the Kingdom of Amalia. Uh, and you were just told like the Queen has summoned you to her chambers. So you have no idea why she called you there. So she's just going to tell you that uh, with this evil necromancer, Arvok running amok, we have sent the hero order out in order to investigate towns, but it has come to my attention that no one of a holier order is a part of the hero order, and they could use some assistance in holy rites and things like that in order to make sure that their health and their spirit stays up.
okay.
That's it, just okay.
Very well.
Uh,
I,
okay, so she'll tell you that she has sent the Order of the Hero out to a town nearby in order to investigate into there, and that is your next destination. Is going to this town in order to find the Hero Order and assist them as they need. Do you
all
have any
right.
questions for the Queen before you leave?
Should I?
Well, it all depends on you. Do you?
Oh God, I hate you. I think I'm good. We're figure it out as I go.
Okay, so a person of very little conversation.
Your words.
There you go. All right, and then while walking out to the town, you end up running into. I thought this was going to take a little bit longer than it did, but all right. You end up running into a tiefling man, which is kind of half demon, half humanoid. And if you scroll, like it's at the top of the screen right now, if you scroll up to there, you will actually see yourself and the tiefling man standing next to each other. And he seems to be leaving the town as he runs into you. And he calls out to you and he says, "Ho there, are you a part of the armies?"
I am now.
Well, you have been.
I
You
have been.
since like you were born in the church's order, and as you ended up coming of age, you joined the Holy Order of the Armies. So,
So yes,
don't worry, you'll get used to it.
you threw
Yes.
me in so blind to this. Like I
I
just
gave
tell me.
you a lot of information that one day that we were playing together.
We never played together. That's just it. You were
When
like,
we were
here.
making your character, I gave you a lot of information. So I told you to basically make a background to your story or background to your character and everything. And I said that your character basically would have been born into the church. You don't remember any of this? I could have
I
sworn
mean,
we talked about this.
I parts. You were like a very wordy dictionary. You just kind of threw things at me.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
be right back.
all right. So yeah, going over like your backstory can be whatever you want it to be. However, basically, you were born into the Holy Order. However you got there is up to you. If you want to just say that you were an orphan child or anything like that, uh, and they basically raised you in the churches.
Okay.
And then, like I said, as you came of age, you were basically thrust into the military as a member of the Holy Order as a cleric.
Okay.
All right, continuing on. Uh, so yeah, he comes up to you and he asks you if you're a member of the military of Amalia.
Yes.
He asks you. He asks you a little bit about your mission, trying to figure out well, like what's going on in order to like. It seems like he's trying to get some information. Do you tell him
Uh,
anything?
no, because I don't know if he's trustworthy.
Okay, so what do you say to him?
Can I just be silent? Is that an option? Selective mute.
Selective mute. Uh, so in your silence, as the response, he looks at you a little strangely, and suddenly jumps. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself or anything. My name is Unknown. I was found a long time ago in a nearby village, and I didn't have any memories of who I was. I don't know anything about my past. And oh Jesus, my phone just slid off. Uh, I've just taken to helping the townsfolk around the area, and I heard of this necromancer that was in the area. Uh, Let me turn down my phone because you guys are chatting. That did not turn down my phone for some reason. There we go. Where was I at? Jesus. So he says,
Asking him.
yeah, he heard about the evil necromancer Arvok moving through the lands, and he wishes to assist with that. If you can roll, like, do you have your character sheet up?
Let me get it up real quick.
Okay. So basically, you just on the top of the chat, you click the thing that looks like a newspaper.
Right, no, I'm there. I'm up to my character sheet. I just had to pull it back
Okay.
up. So what am I doing?
If you have your character sheet up, you are going to click history. It's on the left-hand side with a lot of different things on it, and it's just going to say history. You're going to click where it says history. This is for you trying to figure out, do you know of this person? Have you heard of this person ever?
Okay. I'm trying to find where it says history on here.
What are you currently looking at?
My character sheet, and then I have the purple buttons and
That perp.
Okay, so you see where it says public at the top?
yes.
Okay, so if you go straight down from public, you'll see inspiration, then proficiency bonus, and then your saving
Okay.
throws, which are strength, dexterity, blah, 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 blah. And then you'll see another block below that that says acrobatics, animal handling, blah, blah, blah. Down in there, it should say history.
Okay, so click history.
Yes, click history, please. Okay, so you rolled a 12 on history, and it wasn't that high of a DC. You would have heard of this person before. You would have known that, yes, as they said, they woke up in a town. They had found him and basically nursed him back to health, and he had absolutely no memories of who he was, and he has done absolutely everything he could in order to help out the townspeople in not only this village, but other villages in the area as well.
Okay.
So knowing that, and given his question before of what's going on in the area and what's happening with this necromancer, do you explain anything to him?
I explain who I am and where I'm going.
Okay. So you explain that you're a knight of the Holy Order and that you're heading off to go find the Order of the Hero, who are supposed to be somewhere nearby in a village.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes a moment of thought after having heard what you said, and asks if he may join you. That he is a very powerful wizard and might be able to assist you in some way.
Yes, he can join me. That's fine.
Okay. So he joins along with you as you guys are making your way to the town, and we will switch over to the other characters at this time in order to see what's going on with them.
Oh, thank God.
So as this is all going on in the background and everything, and she's making her way over there, you guys are inside the tavern on the upper floor of the tavern, and you are talking to the little girl that was found in the magical house. Once again, remember, you don't know that it was like a magical soundproofing or anything like that. You only know that you couldn't hear each other when you were standing in a room and the person was standing outside of it. So yeah, go ahead if you guys have any questions for the girl about what happened and what's going on.
Excuse me. Are like all of us now in the tavern? Like we've regrouped.
It's as you see. If you you might have to scroll down a little bit in order to see the three of you surrounding the girl.
Ah, yes. Here we are. Oh, fuck. Shit. All right, there we are. All right. I'm gonna ask her who she is.
Of course, that would be something that you ask, and I didn't make a name for her yet.
All for hotness.
She's
no,
like
don't
5.
child.
Roll for hotness, and she's 5. Oh my god. Did I make a name for her? I don't think I made a name for her.
Nerexus, you better be just thinking about entering her into a child beauty pageant to keep the reward.
I did not.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Good name her John Bonet.
That's a baddie.
I'm uncomfortable with this.
She's my cherry pie.
Okay, so
She's a 5-year-old.
she looks at you strangely, and doesn't seem to understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
She just says that I'm me.
I okay. All right. Outside break. Did you come up with a name for her now?
No, I'm
Okay.
thinking.
All right. No problem. All right. I'm
It's
gonna
just a
ask
short
her.
time NPC, and you guys are like, "Who are you? How hot are you?"
I mean,
Listen,
I
man. I
feel
just
like
asked her fucking name.
I feel like asking someone's name when you start a conversation isn't, all that crazy of a conversation starter.
Yeah. But Nexus, we're just gonna ignore that. Okay. I'm gonna ask her if she. I'm gonna be like, did you live in this village? Is this your home?
I I lived in the house that you found me in. That was my home.
Okay. I nod my head. I
You guys
go.
in a different house?
What'd you say? You were a little quiet there.
You guys found her in a different house?
No, you found her in the house that was her home.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, continue.
All right. I'm gonna ask her where. I'll be like, do you know where your mom and dad went?
Everybody just went to sleep, and then they turned to black and disappeared. She says as she slowly looks like she's about to start crying and rubs her eyes.
Okay.
Nudge Solus and give him a nod as to reference what we just went through.
Fucking murderers. Okay. I'm. I'm kind of like gonna sit down so that way I'm not like completely towering over this small child.
Well, you're all sitting at the tables that are strewn about.
Okay. Um.
Are these human-sized tables?
Yes.
I dangle my feet off the chair.
Um. I'm gonna. I'm gonna ask her how long ago did this happen?
Oh, you guys have been in town for probably a day or two, so she's gonna tell you about 4 or 5 nights ago.
And you've been alone in that house since then?
She nods her head.
Oh wow, this kid's gonna grow up with significant trauma. All right. Um.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Significant amounts. Fuck. Okay.
Do you know what might have caused everybody you know to disappear?
She's gonna kind of look around and just. She's gonna tell you that the dirt turned black, and that's all she knows.
Why didn't you disappear?
She looks around again and just gives a shrug.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her, what was your house always like that, to where you couldn't hear anybody unless you were in the same room?
She looks at you, she cocks her head as she looks at you for a second, like trying to figure out what you're talking about, and then she says, "Oh, yes, my parents were powerful wizards, and they didn't like noise."
All right.
As much as you guys investigated into that, and that's all it was.
Why didn't they like noise?
They like to study, and the noise from outside made it hard for them.
Was it generally noisy in this town?
Sometimes when people come through and we're selling the vegetables that we grow.
I'm gonna ask her, did anybody interesting come into town? Somebody new that a few nights ago?
She kind of stares up at the ceiling for a little bit, and then she shakes her head no.
Okay.
I ask her about the strange boulder on the outside of the town.
She looks at you quizzically and says, "What boulder? There's a lot of rocks."
I suggest to the party that we take her for a walk to this boulder.
Here
Oh
we
my
go.
Oh, Jesus.
Who is this child's guardian currently?
You don't know.
Me, motherfucker.
She said her parents turned to black and disappeared.
I know, but I didn't know if there's someone taking care of her in the meantime.
Oh.
Or if she's been
Yeah.
hiding ever since.
Actually, yeah. I'm gonna ask her if she has any uncle or aunts that she knows about, or grandparents, maybe.
I have family in other towns, but everyone's gone.
Okay. Hmm. Um. Okay. I asked her if she would be okay with going back to her house to help us look for things.
Who was the one that picked her up? I forgot.
That was me.
Okay. She kind of clings to you and says that she doesn't want to leave your side.
Okay. I kind of just like sit her on my knee. I'm like, would you be okay if I took you back to your home and you could show me where your parents used to study?
Uh, she kind of just curls up into you and just looks scared.
Okay. I tell Solus and Nerexus where the house was and what it looked like.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna say it might be quicker to go to the house and have somebody with more magical means, Solus, to go check out the home for anything that might be more of interest in somebody with more knowledge of what they were studying. And I'll stay here and sort of take care of the little girl for right now.
Okay.
I
And
I'm not.
I'm gonna teach her how to play dice.
All right. So, Solus, do you go to investigate this house?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna move you. Oh shit!
I follow.
All right. That is not you. I'm gonna move the two of you over here. Don't worry about where you went.
Okay.
So you guys go to investigate this house. I didn't have the house ready as a thing, so we'll just stay on this screen. You guys go to investigate the house. What do you do while you're there?
Detect magic.
Okay. Can you click on that spell to put it in chat?
Mm-hmm. If I can remember how to do it.
You go to your character sheet and then go to spells.
It's not a spell that I was doing.
Oh, you're not using the
Anyway.
spell detect magic?
I do not have a spell. Detect magic.
Okay.
I was just gonna
So
sense around for some magical energies, you know?
roll for Arcana.
Yeah, that's the one.
Feeling some vibes.
Nice.
Wow,
Ooh.
that was terrible. You feel that there is magic in the area, especially surrounding the house, but you don't really
Fair
know
enough.
anything else.
I search the house
Nerexus,
just
do you?
casually.
Well, I was gonna say, Nerexus, do you try anything?
No.
He does
Okay.
what he does. Damn it.
Okay, so as you begin searching the house, you find some things that you can take a wild guess or something used for like apothecary. You really don't, for some reason you can't tell like what it is and like what it goes to or anything like that. Especially with you being a mage, you're just kind of like knocking yourself in the head like, why can't I figure this out?
Everybody knows their own things. I do not specialize in apothecary. I specialize in death.
And burning baby orcs.
It didn't happen. That's not meta in this world.
I know.
That
Definitely
hasn't
thing that
happened yet in
transpired.
this world.
That happened in a different dimension. You can't hold people accountable for crimes they committed in different dimensions.
Nerexus, do you want to roll of any type of investigation as you're looking around, or what you are looking for, or are you just following Solus around?
I'd like to try to find this study that she was talking about. I'm assuming, since she said her parents like to study all the time, that they would have some sort of separate room filled with maybe books or journals.
Okay, go ahead and roll for investigation.
Pull my sheet back up.
Is the little girl any good at dice? Jesus Christ.
Oh wow, you got a 0 on that. So you're stumbling around trying to look for stuff, and you just nod your head, and you're like, "Yeah, this is stuff."
These are things.
As
Tracks.
far as the girl is any good at dice, she is not. She appears to be absolutely terrible at it, and she's just playing with the dice. It's all you can
Surprise.
do to
Surprise.
make it so that she's not eating the dice.
Nice. All right, this is my kind of small child. Five and hard as fuck. So now that we're kind of playing with the dice, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all. But as we're kind of like playing with the dice, I'm gonna ask her. I was like, "Do you know what your parents were studying where they needed so much quiet?"
She just scratches her head a little bit, and she goes, "I don't know."
Okay, I tell her okay, and then continue to just like play with her, show her dice and other small games.
Okay.
Back to y'all.
Do we see anything strange as we're walking around this house?
Anything
Is it
strange?
Normal house?
It appears to be a normal house. What everybody has stated so far holds true. That if you go into a room and try to call out to Solus behind you, Solus can't hear you for some reason until he walks into the room with you.
I would
That
not pick up
is.
on that. I just assume he's ignoring me.
Well, you would have noticed that as like he walks into a room ahead of you as well. You can't hear him as he's trying to call out to you.
I wouldn't. He
I
assumes
fart
he's.
in a room and see if he hears me, and that's how I find out.
Okay, yeah, and like I said, you would notice that he obviously doesn't hear you.
Does it
Clearly.
block the smell, though?
Say again.
Does it block the smell, though?
No.
I would like to request a Constitution roll.
4.
The smell of my flatulence.
Okay, go ahead. Or are you asking Solus to roll a Constitution roll?
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God.
Beat that, Solus.
Okay, Solus, roll a
Gag.
Constitution roll to see if
That
you.
is rotten. Something crawled in your ass and died.
It's probably that guard that I pushed down. His soul coming back for me.
What did you eat?
Oof.
All right, Solus.
Jesus.
You get a whiff of something insanely awful. It's making you gag and feel like you're about to throw up.
I take a handkerchief out and fluff it out and hold it to my face.
It does nothing to help.
I still do it.
Nice. I don't know what kind of potions they were making in this house, but they're rank.
I say nothing and walk away from him.
You should have rolled for noise. How stealthily can you fart?
Oh, that's true. Well, I went into another room and did it.
Oh, okay.
You're standing right next to me.
Well, no, the house that you guys are in is just part of the tavern. Like I said, I didn't have a house available for that. I didn't make one
Oh.
available for that just yet. So you guys are just off screen
Ooh.
on the stream right now.
I see something suspicious.
Yeah, shush, shush. So as you are investigating into that, Wagner, you're going to hear a little bit of sound from downstairs, and you see two individuals begin coming up the stairs.
Uh,
One of them,
I
if you roll an investigation, or not investigation, roll. What am I thinking of for you to recognize, like what she's wearing and everything?
gonna be wisdom.
Yeah, roll for wisdom to see if you recognize at least one of the individuals. I don't know why that didn't pop up on the main screen. You got a 13. You recognize the woman that is leading them as somebody from the Holy Order,
Okay.
the Kingdom of Amalia. You know that she's a military person. While you don't recognize her herself, you know that uniform. The other person, you can only guess at who they are.
Um.
So they begin to come into the room, and Nocturne, this is your first meeting with Wagner. And a little girl.
Yeah, you just see an 8-foot tall giant Goliath that's like 300 pounds just playing with a 5-year-old girl with dice.
That's not terrifying at all.
You would recognize him, or at least the uniform that he's wearing, as or the symbols that he's wearing as being a part of the Hero Order.
I ask him where the rest of the hero order is.
As I'm sitting there rolling dice with the girl, I just look at her and I go, "There is a house out in town," and I sort of point to the direction and said there was a had something worth investigating in it. So this is where we found our little friend right here, as I assume she tries to eat a dice.
Sure. Also, keep in mind, Nocturne, that as you are walking through the village, you notice that there is absolutely nobody in the village, and that may seem kind of weird to you.
I ask what they've uncovered so far about the village.
Um, I I go. There's a house. An incident happened. On the outskirts, something having to do with the boulder. Unfortunately, the other two were kind of sparse with the details. But
They didn't have a lot of the details, is the problem.
yeah, I know because they're fucking murderers. Anyways, uh, I just I just sort of continue to play, and I'm like, we've investigated the guard's house. We've investigated a lot of the other places. Currently, we're holding up here in this tavern to make sure that we have somewhere where we can lay down for food and things. But there's something. The house was owned by some wizards, and apparently it's almost soundproof. You can't hear somebody once they enter a room. You have to be in the same room to hear each other.
Do you ask anything about the person that is following her?
I kind of like just glance at him, see that he's kind of like not really wearing a uniform. Question: does the
Yes.
dude frighten the little girl?
No. The girl doesn't seem frightened. She's just playing with the dice and hasn't really looked up to see him.
Okay. I just kind of like glance at him and like just back at her, and then
He smiles and nods at you as you glance at him.
and I does our stranger have any visible weapons on him?
He has a staff attached to his back, but that's it.
Okay.
He's wearing a large black cloak. You can't really see if there's anything under the cloak.
Okay. I just kind of look at the clothes he's wearing and the weapon he's carrying, and then I just go, magic?
He nods.
And I go, then I believe that that house will have something that you may be able to uncover. And as I'm playing with the girl, and I point down to my weapons, and I go, unfortunately, the arcane has, I have zero knowledge of it almost. I just know that it's there. And
He'll ask again, what house you were talking about because you just pointed in a direction while you're on the top floor of a tavern, and that literally wasn't enough information for him to figure out what you were talking about.
I never claimed to be intelligent. But um, as I'm playing with the little girl, I'll start to describe the house and what it looked like. It's one of the larger houses in the area, correct?
Yeah, it would be one of the larger houses.
Yeah, so I just describe and tell him it's one of the larger houses in the area, and like it's kind of hard to miss.
He takes a little bit of a bow and says that he'll go look at the house. Is there anything that he should expect as he goes there?
I look at him and I go, and I sort of like put my hand over the like little girl's ears like very gently, and I just sort of mouth. I go, "There's no one here. It's abandoned. I don't even know what's out there anymore."
He looks at you a little strangely and just nods his head. Takes another little bow, and as this is all happening and he's talking, the little girl does look up at him, and then he will leave to go out to the house.
I look at Nocturne and I go, "So, what brings a member of the Holy Order into this abandoned little place?"
I reply that the Queen sent me, and I am supposed to be here in a supporting role.
I go, "Ah, well," and then and as I'm sort of playing with the little girl, I kind of like tell her like come in so that way I can like sort of whisper and like play with the little girl, kind of like keep her distracted.
Okay.
And so I proceed to tell her if any of this sounds like anything she might have read or known about like a blackness came and like everybody kind of disappeared, and that like just and for some reason this little girl was all that was left behind of the inhabitants of the village.
You're asking that to Nocturne?
Yeah, I'm asking her slash like really telling her kind of like the situation we got going on with the weird magics.
Okay. Nocturne, you can try, though it's going to be a very difficult check. Above where you clicked on history, it should say Arcana. Go ahead and click on that.
Okay, let me get it back open. My thing froze.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, my poor little laptop.
Most of the guys are playing on a little laptop, honestly.
Yeah.
Drew, I'm a broke
Okay.
bitch.
You would have heard nothing about that. You have absolutely no idea what it is that he's talking about. So you can respond to him and tell him that.
I tell him I have no idea. That while I am a sage, I'm more of an alchemist. So this was totally out of my wheelhouse.
As I'm still playing with the girl, I go, "Alchemist, that's the one where you mix things, correct?"
Yes.
Vagnar doesn't have a high intelligence level, so he doesn't understand things.
Yeah.
It's like magic cooking.
So what?
I said it's like magic cooking. It's fine.
I sort of nod my head.
You have ever heard?
I sort of nod my head with a greater understanding of what alchemy is. Like I'm like, magic cooking, and then and like as I sort of permeate on that in my brain. Um, I look at her again. I was like, they also might benefit from you in this house with more of arcane knowledge.
Okay,
I
Good.
nod
so
and
okay, well,
oh.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I nod and ask if he needs any help with the girl before going to join the others.
I lean in and I just go, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've just been playing games with her and feeding her.
The girl gets a little bit closer as you say if he needs any help. Gets a little bit closer to Wagner.
Um, I sort of like pat her back and I'm like it's okay, and I sort of point out like the symbols that she's wearing. I go, this is the member of the Holy Order with the Legion, and like sort of explain who they are and what they do.
Okay.
And
She
I go, this
just
she
kind of
was
nods her head and waves at Nocturne.
I Can I ask a question on how to play?
Sure.
yeah.
How do the spells and cantrips work?
So if at any time you would like to utilize a spell or a cantrip, you can if it is like situational, like if it goes to the situation. If it is an actual spell and you're looking at your spell list, you'll see how it says slots total and slots remaining. If you use one, you have to remove one of your slots remaining. And if you hover over it, there's a little up and down arrow so that you can lower and raise the amount of slots that you have. Cantrips are, you can perform them at any time. You can do any of them at any time. There's no limit to it. But the actual spell slots, there is a limit, and that is, shows the slots remaining. Some spells that you can cast at a higher level, in which case you would end up removing a spell of a higher level instead of a spell or a level of which it's on, and it would give you better benefits. So, what spell are you currently looking at?
I'm looking at whom the one
Thaumaturgy?
where I can. Yeah,
Uh, so that one is a situational. Like if you read the description and everything, it says you create one of the following magical effects. If you want to use one of those magical effects, that is up to you. That is one of the infinite ones that you can use whenever you want.
okay.
Is that something that you want to cast?
I'm thinking about it. Sensing the unease in the girl, I ask her if she wants to see something cool.
She'll just kind of look at you and kind of go wide eyed and shake your head vigorously.
Shake her head, yes or no.
Yes. But she
I
said
use
nod instead of shake.
I can't say that word. There's nowhere.
Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay. What option are you using?
I want to create a sound coming from the table, I guess. And I want it to be the sound of a music box.
Okay. So as you cast this, the table begins to play some music. She jumps into Vagnar's arms because it kind of startles her a little bit, but then actually looks at the table and how it's causing music and kind of jumps down and starts looking at the table.
I turn to Wagner and I say that should keep her entertained for a little while. So you,
I I just I kind of laugh and I go and I sort of look at the girl and I go, see? I was like, the Holy Order, they're full of mysteries.
Okay. Uh, if that's all you guys are doing, I need to switch back to the other party. Do you guys have anything else?
no, not that I can think of.
Yeah, no, I'm good for right now.
Okay. So switching back to the other party, Nerexus and Solus, you begin to see a man walking into the house. If you guys pull up your journal, you all should have access to the unknown under the PC tab or NPC tab. If you click it, you can actually get like a little bit of a description of what he looks like. A large red tiefling looking guy with a black cloak around him.
Okay.
You see him begin to approach the house, and he's looking over the house and everything. He doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Who is this?
Are you approaching him and saying that?
No.
Okay.
Go the defensive.
Go on the defensive.
Surprise.
The others. I look at Norexus and say the others didn't say they saw anyone in town. Correct?
They said it was completely empty.
And he didn't say you guys were there either.
Oh.
So he's not expecting to find anybody there.
I never claimed to be intelligent in real life either.
Who is this? I wonder. Let's see. Yeah. I can't look at the map. All right.
He seems he's just down in like the entryway and everything. He, like I said, he doesn't seem to have seen you. You guys are probably back in a room just catching notice of him, or like within a hallway just noticing him, but he has not noticed you at all.
I'm not going to move because I'm in heavy armor and not very good at stealth. So I'm just going to sit and kind of watch to see what he's doing.
He said in the soundproof house.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Do we know that yet? Officially?
Do you know what?
That we don't. That sound doesn't carry.
Yes, you know that officially that sound doesn't carry in the house.
Yes.
Until you're in the same room as he is.
So we're looking down at him?
If you're on the upper floor, then yeah, there's a balcony. You can look down at him. If you're on the lower floor, then I assume that you guys, like I said, are either in a room or in a hallway. And you see him, but you don't really hear him. Nor does he hear you, or has he noticed you?
And he's a tiefling?
Yep, he is a tiefling
Oh.
with a large staff on his back.
Not
Oh no. Somebody's racist.
away is part of our group.
Say
Like
again?
no symbols, no, like he's not wearing anything that would give him away as part of the Order of Heroes.
No. What he is wearing is completely unknown to you. You haven't seen clothes like that before.
I cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
I see him do this and give him a slight nod as I ready my weapons and step out to where he can see me, shield and axe at the ready.
Okay. He doesn't seem to have noticed. Well, hold on a second. Where's his character sheet? I'm going to see if he seems to have noticed this.
There's only one way off that balcony?
If you're upstairs, yes, there's only one way off the balcony, and that is going by the stairs.
Is there stairs?
Or
Like,
you
are
can
the
jump
stairs
down.
actually on the balcony, or are they inside the room that we, like, you come out?
If you come down the stairs, it goes to the room that he is currently in. So he is going to make a... What? He's trying to see if he notices you. That would be perception. So he makes a perception check that came up as 15. He does turn towards you and seems to notice you. And he jumps and he seems fairly startled that you're even in there.
I hang back, but I'm listening. I didn't enter the balcony.
You're what?
I didn't step out on the balcony.
Oh, so he didn't notice you. He just he noticed.
Oh, I don't know. Did he?
Well,
If I can see him, he can see me. Then I'm assuming.
Norexus came down and was like readying his shield and axe.
I'll be right back.
If you didn't step out, then
No,
he
I
wouldn't
didn't step
notice
out.
you yet. So he.
But
jumps,
I'm at the ready.
He jumps and and just like kind of clutches at his chest and goes, "Oh, by the gods, Oh, the big one didn't tell me that there would be anyone here.
At this, I step out. The big one?
The one in the tavern with the little girl.
Is he an idiot?
I I
You don't have to answer that. I already
wasn't
know he's an idiot.
sure. He seemed to not know much about magics, but
He doesn't know much about anything.
I'll take your word for that.
I begin interrogating him, asking him why he's here and who sent him.
First off, he does not recognize the symbols that are on you as a part of the Holy Order, so he has no idea who you guys are yet.
We don't know who he is.
He's just gonna say that he ran into a woman out in the fields, and she was a part of the army of Amalia, and asked if she needed any assistance, and she brought him along.
That sounds pretty suspect to me. This is official business, and you, my friend, are not official.
He will kind of jump again a little bit and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I do this all the time. I forgot to introduce myself. I am the unknown."
I raise an eyebrow at that.
If
The
you guys-
unknown?
If you want to roll a history check to see if you recognize the name at all, because he's actually
Oh, well,
pretty
then I withhold that comment then.
he's actually pretty notable. Wagner, or not Wagner, Solus, would you like to roll history as well?
Got you.
12. Okay, so you guys both have heard of this name before. You would know that he is somebody that has helped out much in the nearby towns, and just helped out the townspeople a lot, and doing whatever it is that they needed. You also know that he is fairly powerful magic user.
Are we, as like the soldiers of the queen, generally happy about this, or are we upset that there is a vigilante that's kind of like doing our job?
You can make your own decision based upon that.
All right, I don't like him.
Excellent. I hate him.
I said creative freedom. Here we go.
I've heard of you before, I say, and I kind of slam the bottom of my shield on the ground as emphasis. We don't like your kind around here, and the queen don't be
Jesus.
need any help.
That didn't sound racist. I don't know what did.
He looks at you and kind of steps back a little bit and says, "Well, the big man just asked me to come down here. Said that there were some mysteries with this house. He thought that I could figure out because I am fairly good at magic."
My friend here, I point my big fat stubby thumb, is also great at magic. I'm sure much better than you are, and he didn't find anything, so you can skedaddle.
Oof.
Just oof.
Wait. So I know I'm aware that he's pretty good with magic, right?
Yes, he's very good at magic.
Okay, so my character is he's like as a wizard I would be like impressed with his work, or at least I am respectful of his work, I should say.
You would have
his
heard
studies.
of his work and his studies, but you don't know much about them.
Fair enough.
He looks up at you and sits there and just
And-
nods his head as he's looking around the house, and he just says, "Wow, this house is fairly impressive to be enchanted this way." He said, "You didn't notice that?"
I didn't say shit, bro. I was trying to talk to him.
Nope. Norexus said that you didn't notice anything.
If you're gonna be rude, then I'm just gonna leave.
Wow,
Oh,
y'all
Joe.
really got off on the wrong foot on this one, huh? It's not our fault the dwarf is racist.
He looks
Not my
at you
fault,
and
he's
just
a
says,
dick.
It's very,
That's common lore, okay?
Very common lore.
Tracks.
He just looks at you and says, it's very subtle. You would have to be very, very, very good at what you do in order to sense it. But he says, I can tell some powerful mages lived here. God, this enchantment is amazing. As he runs his hands up the walls. You can tell that he's obviously seen something or learned something.
I observe.
I squint, watching him suspiciously.
He goes and rushes off to another room, just kind of rushes past you as he does it, but he doesn't knock into you or anything. He just rushes past you. He goes into another room and he starts yelling out, but of course you can't hear him because of the soundproofing of the house.
I make sure to follow him as he moves around the house.
go-
You're in heavy armor, right?
Yeah.
As you begin to approach the room and enter the room, he goes, "Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. This is such an amazing place."
I don't say anything. I just watch.
Okay. Did you follow him at all, Solus?
Nope.
Okay.
I continue my own investigations.
All right, roll. What are you investigating for?
Oh, I mean, I already rolled so earlier. I'm just assuming I didn't find anything new.
Well,
if
if you're looking for something new, I was going to let you roll.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just, again, I guess now that I know that the house is enchanted, I look for signs of enchantment in the house.
Okay, so roll a card again.
Jesus.
Okay, so you can start to see like the enchantment and everything as
I-
he did, but
am I-
it's not anything that you can tell what it's actually for.
1 second. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do a bunch of weird rolls here in a second.
Jesus.
Okay, I was suspicious that I was bugged, that I just rolled like 3 9s in a row,
That's
and I
fair.
wanted to ensure that something like that it was gonna be able to do something else.
No, on roll 20, I had a buddy one time roll 3 0. No, they weren't even zeros. They were -1s in a row.
Jesus. Yeah, roll 20 is completely
impressive.
randomized when it does any of this. So he starts to come back out into the room that you're in, Solus, and he's just mouthing and saying, "This is just fascinating, absolutely fascinating."
I do not inquire.
Okay.
I
He's rude.
ask him what he gets out of helping all these people. Like,
He
what's in
looks
it?
he looks at you kind of quizzically, and he's just, well, it's food and board sometimes, but more just satisfaction of helping.
Almost like he's not that bad of a guy.
He
Nobody does
also
anything
cannot
for free.
find the whatchamacallit?
The study?
The study of which they were using in order to create this magics.
Fuck. Who was with me? It was Taro. Never mind. You guys wouldn't know that.
I guess.
Mm,
Mm.
I guess I just continue to watch what he's doing to see if he's reacting in any way that would clue me in.
Not really. You just see him investigating the walls, and every now and then he turns towards you guys and asks questions that, according to your roles that you guys have done before, you really have no answers for.
What did I find with the enchanted house? I'm sorry.
What did you what?
When I rolled to investigate further into the enchantment, did I find anything?
You just noticed the actual enchantment itself. Like you could see where it was carved into the boards of the house, but could not figure out exactly what it was used for in any way. But you can tell that he has a lot more of an idea of what is happening.
I go back to find my companion, and with one hand on my hip, I grunt, and I say, "This
Can you
guy's got
perform that grunt for me, please?
Gas, thank you for the prime.
Subs.
Yay. We're just playing D&D right now.
Bagnar raises his hand.
From a different room.
Like,
In a different
I
building.
was gonna say, like, what do you?
Okay, as I'm playing with a little girl and me and Nocturne are sort of like keeping her busy, I feel like now that okay, I'm gonna pick her up, so hold her, and be like, would you be okay if we go back to your home to see if we can get some of your things?
She just kind of clutches to you again and just says that she doesn't want to leave your side.
Okay. I'm just gonna like sort of pick her up and like keep her like just holding her really, and to be like, here, let's go get some of your things and see if we can figure out some family or anything for you to stay with. And so I'm holding her, and I go down to the lower level of the tavern where the rest of our men are. And
Like I said, they're in a completely different building. Honestly, I just didn't have that building readied.
yeah, I mean, I yeah, it happens.
I didn't expect you guys to want to actually like fully go back and investigate it again.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, I don't know. I was trying to push it a little bit more forward.
Well, I was actually just kind of waiting for Nerexus and Solus to want to go back to the tavern.
Oh, then why are you making this guy look suspicious and find stuff?
Not because you're racist.
He rolled
Anyways.
for it. He rolled for it and he found his stuff.
He's like a magical
not my
little lost
fault.
puppy.
All right. I'm just gonna tell the men, like, on me, and I like straight up. We're just gonna go to the house. I since we're in the military, I go to my horse, and I take off
Well,
one of the bags.
The house is very close.
Yeah,
It's a very
I just
small town, remember?
yeah, exactly. And I just take the like a saddlebag off of my horse and like put it over my shoulders so that way I can throw some of her clothes in there.
Okay.
And I just make my way towards the house, just holding her, make sure she's like, comforted and everything, and just go there with yep, at least like 3 to 5 of the men, just to make sure, just to gather her things.
Okay. So you arrive at the house and you see the unknown. Nerexus and Solus are inside the house. It appears that Nerexus is possibly giving the unknown bad looks, whereas Solus, I don't know. What would you explain about that, Solus?
Stone faced with disapproval in the eyes.
And so I walk into a very hostile situation.
Yeah,
Very much.
As you begin to walk into the house, he looks at you and goes, "Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me that there would be others here."
I look at him and I go, apologies. I was more focused on trying to keep her more comfortable. These are fellow members of the Hero Order. This is Nerexus and Solus. And actually, I am gonna roll something to figure out how hostile this shit is. What would I even roll for that? Probably charisma.
Yeah, maybe charisma.
To figure out like
Insight.
insight.
Oh, yeah, insight would work. Insight would work.
Insight. How'd I do?
Well, that all depends on them. Do they want to, if with the 13, do they want to give you an idea of what it is that they feel towards the unknown?
I'm gonna say no because it's the same expression I wear around him at all times.
Yeah, Solus is like he's just a stone wall that I just look at and I go, it's anal as always.
Nerexus?
Is he within earshot?
Yes, he is within earshot now.
Then I say that I don't like him and I don't trust him.
I just say it.
So he just says it out loud. The unknown doesn't seem all that phased by this. Just kind of shrugs and says, "Well, can't please them all."
I sort of look at him and I go, Rexus, you don't like anybody when you first meet them, and
Grunt.
I just sort of look at the little girl and I go, can you point me to where your room is?
She points you up the stairs and says it's up there.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, Solus seems completely neutral about it. And obviously, Nerexus is very upset that this individual has showed up.
Yep.
All right.
I assume Nocturne went with you. Did you? Or are you still in the town
Yeah.
by yourself?
No option. Nope.
Yeah, she's watching. She said, "These motherfuckers."
So you also see a half elf, of which, like I said before, you would notice the symbols that she's holding as being a member of the Holy Order. Know what?
I speak to. Question real quick. How many of us speak Dwarvish?
Only they can answer that.
I mean, I just background. I know Nerexus obviously probably speaks Dwarvish.
Nope.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're a fucking dwarf, dude.
I can barely speak common.
Jesus Christ! What is your goddamn intelligence?
Actually, it's a 7.
What the fuck? Your character when he starts.
How are you my companion?
Nocturne does not.
You enjoy having dumb
Solus
people.
does not. Oh, Taro's not even here.
I don't speak any languages according to my paper.
Are you telling me that I speak like 3 languages and I got like 9 intelligence? What the fuck's going on here?
Vagnar does speak Dwarvish.
No, I actually do speak Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish, Giant, and Common.
I feel like I missed that step. I feel like humans get a secondary language.
They do, depending on where they were raised, I'm pretty sure.
So it would just be Vagnar and Rexus that understand from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Nerexus, I assume you know some words in Dwarven.
Yes.
Well, Rexus understands Dwarvish. It's in his character sheet.
Okay, he understands Dwarvish. I'm gonna look at him saying Dwarvish and I'm be like, be nice, just stick with me and the girl if you really don't like him that much.
I sigh and nod.
Alright, I just take her to our room to start gathering things.
Okay. So very uneventful. You go up there. She points you to her room, and she seems to want to throw toys into your saddlebag instead of clothes and things that she actually needs. Do you allow her to throw toys in while grabbing her clothes? She seems to want to bring all of her toys. You can tell that her parents were fairly well off, and she has quite a few.
Okay. I explained to her that right now we need more of your clothes so that way you can be more comfortable on the road, but I will make sure that somebody comes back here to collect the toys so that way they can bring them to her new home, but let's put them, I assume she has like a toy chest or something.
Yes.
Okay. So I tell her, like, here, let's put everything in the chest so that way when we come back to get them, all we have to do is pick up the chest and we'll bring all the toys back. And then
she seems to get fairly pouty at this and says that her parents were able to carry whatever she wanted.
Wow.
Okay.
He's too
One second.
dumb.
I'm gonna roll. One second. I'm gonna roll
She said you're a bitch.
another wisdom check to see if I can really understand what she meant.
You know
Or-
what she meant.
What check
Well,
would
if you
that
have
be?
any mage users with you, they'd probably be able to understand a little bit better.
I know, but right now it's me and fucking 7 intelligence right now.
So in order to see what she's talking about, I'd say insight.
All right, another insight check. All right. 7. I have no idea what the fuck she means. I'm just kind of like,
You just understand that her parents had some way of traveling with everything she ever wanted.
okay, yeah, okay. Um, I look at her and I go, we may have to travel a fair distance. Unfortunately, I only have the ability to carry the things that I can carry in my bags. I go, right now, the importance is your clothes. And I go, but one thing I can teach you. And I start showing her, like, a game, like, the fucking hand slap game or the finger game that you can play. I start showing her those things that don't require, obviously physical things. I start showing her those and I go, I promise we can play these on the roads. I'll teach the men. Anybody can play with you.
This seems to placate her a little bit. She still seems pretty pouty, but she's just like, okay.
Okay. I start helping her with packing, and I turn to Norexus and Dwarvish, and I go, "Were you able to find their study?"
Did Norexus
No.
follow you up here?
Yeah.
Yes. Remember, I told him,
Oh.
if you don't like them that much, just stick with me.
Okay.
No, we couldn't find anything.
Meanwhile, everybody that's standing around the unknown, he's still looking at the walls going, this is fascinating.
I'm still watching him.
As we sort of get like most of her things packed, I go, can you show me where your parents used to study?
Hold up. She doesn't really have any stats.
That's fair.
Well, she doesn't really have any stats, but she knows exactly where her parents used to study, and she takes you straight to a room that's across the hall and slightly down the hall.
Okay.
Oh
Alright,
God.
I just pick her up and sort of like pat her and carry out with the saddlebags. And as I'm leaving the house, I sort of pat Solus on the shoulder and tell him the door that he needs to go to find out where they were studying. And I go, me and the girl will return to the tavern. Keep the men I brought here to help you investigate for anything.
Okay. So you
And
return to the tavern. Is anybody going to the tavern with Vagnar and the little girl?
Yes, I'm going.
Okay, so Norexus is going. Solus, I assume, is staying behind in order to investigate that.
Mm-hmm.
The unknown. What do I roll for this to see if he overheard? That'd be
investigation.
maybe.
Oh wait, here I have it on my phone. Ooh.
He didn't really overhear what you were saying. Oh no, that would be perception. I'm sorry.
That would be
Okay, same difference. Anyways, he didn't really overhear what you were saying, but he just kind of looks quizzically at the fact that everybody's splitting apart.
Okay.
So Solus is staying behind. Norexus and the girl and Vagnar are going. Nocturne, what do you decide to do?
I follow the unknown.
You follow what?
The unknown.
The unknown doesn't really know what he's doing yet.
That's cool with me. I'm everybody at this point. We got the little kid whisperer and the guy who hates the magic lost puppy dog. I don't know if either's a good choice.
Okay, well, being
That's
that
fair.
he knows that Nerexus doesn't really like him, he's just going to stay away from Nerexus and stay with Solus. So the two of you, the three of you stay behind while the two of you go with the little girl back to the tavern. Staying behind in the house, you guys go up to the study, of which was up there. All three of you can make an investigation check between the unknown, Nocturne, and Solus. So for Nocturne, once again, where you clicked history and all of that, you'll find something that says investigation. Click that.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm holding my baby.
Okay. Well, freaking Solus definitely found it.
I had advantage. I didn't actually roll with advantage, but
Oh, you think so, Ellie?
Okay, so Nocturne and Solus, you both realize that, yes, this is the place that they use to study. Nocturne, you can get a little bit of an idea of, like, what's going on inside there. But Solus, you're the one that majorly realizes, like, what the utensils are, like, what powders and everything mean, the symbols that they have drawn on paper. Like, you get a full-on idea of like what it is that they studied. While it's not necessarily a topic that you study, you completely understand what it is that they were doing.
yes. Quite.
Do you want it to be your turn? You think it's your turn?
I agree with the child.
Someone, did they follow me? Did anyone follow me in here, or is it just me in here?
It's the unknown and Nocturne both with you.
Ew.
You will have realized that the things that they are doing are towards nature, in order to help out the farming community and things like that. That is majorly what you see around the area. In a few areas, you may see studies on spells and things like that, but majorly it's nature.
Let's test you and your skills. Was there a bookshelf in the room?
Yes.
I walk over to the bookshelf and investigate some of the titles. Please name 3 that I see.
Oh my god, are you
Motherfucker. Exactly
roll
what
for
to do.
investigation to see if you
I can read.
well no to see if you're looking like finding what you're looking for.
I'm not looking for anything. I just want to see, like, I just want to further my knowledge, because you said they're doing it for like pretty much like GMO kind of thing. So I wanted to see if
Okay, so
You're a dick.
you find books that are
I just want to see if it's further the evidence, you know.
magic in the unknown, how magic can affect crops.
Careful what you say.
What you find books that are basically a part of like how to
Johnny
help
scared him.
with magic going into nature
No,
in
I
order
wouldn't
to
abuse
help with
anything you say.
growth and things like that.
The
I appreciate
agricultural chick.
The what?
I was just being a smart ass. Ignore me.
Okay.
Okay. So why do they have this house enchanted if they're just working on bettering the town? Is it illegal in Amalia to do this?
You can roll for maybe history in order to see if it's illegal to do things like that.
You're telling me the Queen's heroes wouldn't know what's legal?
At least in that form of magic.
You guys aren't law enforcers. You guys are military strength.
I don't
You would
concern myself with legal prerogatives.
You would know that anything helping towards agriculture and growth is completely okay.
So what were they hiding from? Why all this nonsense with the enchantments and the soundproofing and...
Well, if you were listening to the little girl, she said that they don't like noise.
I haven't talked to that
You
little
weren't-
girl
yeah,
once.
You weren't in the room. I forgot about that.
I speak up.
Jeez.
Maybe it was trade secrets they were trying to protect, and nothing nefarious.
That makes
Definitely
sense.
possible.
That checks out.
The unknown is just gonna like raise a finger and be like, she did say something about them not liking noise.
Well, that I don't like loud noises either, but would I go to the extent to fully enchant my home every panel? That
I
seems
let
quite the
sorry.
uh it's like using a
Extent.
fireball for a gnat, if you understand me.
The unknown seems to look at you and goes, "I've done that before."
Like a fireball for an
Look,
orc
if you
child.
asked and had the ability to if you wanted.
I mean, if
Did
it's your
they
permanent
have
home,
But my question, I guess, then would be, did they have the ability to enchant? It doesn't look like they practiced arcane magic and more of apothecary.
The unknown will speak up and say, "The little girl said that her parents were fairly powerful."
Well, little girls think their parents are always fairly powerful.
True.
He shrugs and just says, "Well, I'm just saying what I was told."
We can't use a 5-year-old girl as a source of information.
that's what I've been doing. It's been pretty good.
Well, you are a 5-year-old giant, is what you are.
I like to think of myself at least as like 12.
I point out that he couldn't even find the room without the 5-year-old girl.
Damn.
Well, pointing
Large-
out a room is quite easy in their own home. We're asking deep magical questions, and
You
we're
couldn't
relying on a
either.
5-year-old child to tell us what their parents were doing.
The unknown is just in the corner, kind of laughing.
We just need to.
The
There's
gun
more to
hasn't
this.
dropped for him that he
All right.
had the girls help to find it too.
While you guys sit there and think, I'm going to tell Norexus in Dwarvish, I'm going to be like, why do you do this? Why do you hate everybody that we first meet?
I stare longingly, recalling a time of battle where I trusted someone and they betrayed me, costing the lives of many of my brethren.
Did you just read that word for word?
Yeah, that's actually
I
my
know.
my flaw.
That's what I know. It's one of the flaws for a soldier.
Oh my god. As we're walking, I go, even if you don't trust him, there is a possibility of him helping us. I am met with silence.
Hmm.
Met with
Yeah.
grunts.
I just grunt.
And as we're walking, I just go, I was like, sometimes things are not always black and white. I go, I'm just saying that you don't have to trust him completely, but for now, we might need his help. Sometimes we might need a little bit of help, despite us being who we are.
I trust you, and that's all I need.
Out of character and all that. What I love about that, Luna, is like you were saying something profound, but like obviously you didn't like have like some, I don't know, poetry off the tongue to say. So like it just sounded like your actual character trying to say something really profound. I
That's
loved
essentially what it was.
It was great. I loved every second of it. I really did.
All right, switching back to Solus and that group real quick. Are you guys done investigating the house?
Yes.
Okay, do you guys go back, or are you leading everyone back to the
Leading? No.
Tavern.
They're capable of making their own. They seem to be. I haven't fully like accepted them as part of the group yet. It's just because they're brand new to me. So like I just I just go.
Okay, well,
They
will
do-
follow you, and you
Fence.
all head back to the tavern.
You'll find me playing a fucking hand slap game with the small child.
Do you mean hot
In the
hands?
corner, deep.
Yeah, I forget what it was called. The fucking thing.
Not only is your character's intelligence level 7.
Excuse me, my character level intelligence is 8.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh.
Hi, smarter than that.
I can read.
Can you though?
Barely.
So you all go back into the tavern. Is there anything that you guys wish to talk about?
I sit back and watch them and just watch their exchanges and see how they work as a group.
Not well.
Yeah, not well at all.
We're somehow the hero squad, though.
Right.
Let's see.
Does anybody have anything they would like to talk about before I move on?
I attempt in simple words to explain to my two compatriots over there with their sub-average intelligence what we found. Like, they were using magic to make the crops probably better.
The little girl seems to nod vigorously as you're explaining this.
I don't acknowledge her.
Man,
I nod my head with her.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not hostile towards her. I just don't acknowledge her.
I figured. And so I sort of nod my head along, and as I continue playing with the child, I go, what is next?
Good question.
As you begin to ask what is next, you hear a loud crash from the lower floor. And at this time, I would like everybody to roll for initiative. For Nocturne, if you scroll to the top of your character sheet, underneath where it says advantage, it will say initiative, and just click on where it says initiative.
I do love this about Roll20, just to click whatever part on the button and it just gives you with all the modifiers and all that.
What is that roll?
Wow, we're good at this.
Nocturne, did you roll? You did not roll yet.
Why did they give us points? Like, why are those like decimals?
I don't know. That's the way Roll20 is working.
Yeah.
Did you say initiative was?
If you go to the top of your character sheet where it says advantage, normal, disadvantage, underneath that it should say initiative in a square block.
Okay, I see.
Here, one sec. I actually have to re-roll that. It didn't work. Unless you want to keep that roll.
I am adding in by hand what did not work out.
Okay, never mind then.
7.11, 7.12, 7.13.
Yeah, we're really good at this. All of us were super not prepared for this situation.
Yeah, let me pull up all these sheets that I have off to the side. And this one. Okay. So up first, it's going to be this one.
While you're doing that, I'm going to use the head real quick.
It is now the unknown's turn. And the unknown is just going to look around and ask, did everybody hear that noise? What was that? And he's going to begin to move towards, just a little bit towards the stairs.
see, this dude's always acting sus.
Did I hear the noise?
Yes.
Oh, never
Damn
mind.
it.
He's not acting.
I was like, wait, did you just hear noises?
The little girl begins to slightly run away from the stairs, having heard everything as well. And Nocturne, it is now your turn. On your character sheet, you should see a speed and how far you can move. Each block is 5 feet. You can use the ruler if you need to know how far something is away. You have a movement, a action, and a bonus action. You can use your bonus action for talking, or for using a spell that takes a bonus action. If a spell takes an action, it will then at that time require a full action in order to use. So how far does it say you can move? Hello? Nocturne?
Sorry.
Oh,
How far? Which number is it that how far I can move?
your speed.
Okay, mine
Should say,
says 30.
yeah, I was about to say, it should say 30. So, like I said, each one is 5 feet. So if you go all the way down, like if you're going towards the stairs, that's 15 feet, and then 10 more feet in order to get down the stairs. Or honestly, if you just move 5 feet, you're at the top of the stairs, and I can move you onto the other screen. So that would
Uh,
take a total of 20 feet in order to get down the stairs to actually see what's going on downstairs.
yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. So oops, I need to change back to this. You move downstairs, and if you scroll up towards the top, like you can actually see what you're looking at. You see a couple of zombies, a skeleton warrior, and something else in the back. I'm going to use that bathroom real quick.
So do I have to decide something else to do now?
Did you use your full movement?
I don't think so, no.
Then after this, you will have the ability to take an action, meaning you could attack or you could cast a spell to do something.
Great. I was just about to try and sneak out for a smoke because we were doing so much talking.
Mm.
Once you once you do your turn, it's gonna probably take a while for us to go through the whole combat thing, so it'll be perfect.
Okay. What
Yeah.
items do I have?
Also, while we're waiting, I've been creating all my favorite characters on Hero Forge, and I now have them in a combat pose and like a relaxed tone, and it looks pretty cool. So
You look
anyway,
pretty cool.
yeah.
I know. I want to try to commission Renee to see if she can draw some of my characters and like paint them. Like some of the favorites, like the druid, like from our last campaign, and Marcellus.
I gave Flint another brother. Now there's 3 brothers.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so Nocturne, with what you've seen, like I said, you can use a bonus action in order to call out to the people. Well, it's not even really a bonus action. Each turn is about 6 seconds.
Okay.
So if you want to do 6 seconds of dialogue in order to call out and tell people what you're seeing, that's fine. Uh, and then you can use an action or a bonus action because some of your spells, like spiritual weapon, requires a bonus action instead of an action. Other ones will require a full action.
Um, can I yell up the stairs to let them know what I've seen?
Yes.
I want to do that thing.
Okay. So you yell up the stairs, basically saying that you see a lot of undead, or some undead, coming towards you.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to do? Because
Let
you can
me.
use an action in order to attempt to attack, or you only use 15 feet of movement, so you use half your movement. You can use 15 more feet to go back upstairs, or to continue downstairs. Uh, you've got a decent amount of health. You've got 45 in health, so it's not something like hugely damaging if you ran in and decided to attack them with your what weapon are you using? Mace. Or if you would rather use a spell instead, you can use a spell instead.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to figure out what I have.
Do you think battle tactics would be lean towards more wisdom or intelligence?
That's a good question. I think that would lean more towards wisdom, honestly.
Okay. Because sorry, we still have some men down in the tavern, right?
You might.
Okay, I think I know what I want to do.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Can I use my Sacred Flame cantrip?
Flame of the you see within range, charge the stage, discharge, stand through, or take 1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no benefit from cover. Yeah, you can if you want to.
Okay, can I? And that's an attack, right?
That is an attack that takes a full action in order to do, and you are. What level are you? You're 5th level. So
Yeah.
it would end up doing more damage because, as it states on the bottom, it will be 2d8 for your attack. I don't think this is actually something that you have to hit them with. Yeah, the target is just a creature that you can see within range, so you don't have to roll a d20 at all. Oh, no, you only roll the initiative once.
You're speaking Greek to me.
So
I want to hit Tin Warrior. What
yeah,
do I do?
so just click on Sacred Flame.
Okay. I gotta pull it back up because my thing is having a hard time.
I gotta put your original initiative back in. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So I have to do a dexterity saving throw, and you said it's on the Skeleton Warrior. I have to do a
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw, or take what is it? 2d8 radiant damage. So
Ooh.
Oh,
so he
fuck.
is not hit by it at all.
Okay.
He just had them fucking dodges on deck.
You still have 15 feet of movement speed and a bonus action that you can perform. Some of your spells do require a bonus action in order to use. So you can try to use those, like Spiritual Weapon. You can use that for your bonus action.
So if I use the spell once, do I get to use it again?
Yes, especially with cantrips, you can use it as many times as you want. The
Not
actual
yet.
spells, like I said before, you have the slots in which are the amount of times that you can use that spell of that class or level.
Okay.
But you have used a full action now. So you have your bonus and the rest of your 15 feet of movement.
God, this is so much. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna lob fire at him. It'll be cool. Yeah, let's try Spiritual Weapon then.
Okay. Go ahead and click it in order to put it in chat.
Yeah, but it has to be pick what level.
So then you can pick a spiritual weapon is a level 2, so you can pick a level 2, a level 3. It all depends on what you want to do. At the very bottom of it should say when you cast a spell at higher levels, blah, 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 blah. Looking at the description right now, it says you create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until you cast the spell again. When you cast this spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your skill casting ability modifier. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against the creature within 5 feet of it. So it has to be basically right next to it in order to do that. The weapon can take whatever form you choose. Clerics of deities who are associated with the particular weapons make the spells resemble that weapon. When you cast this spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for every 2 slots above 2nd. So you would have to cast this at a 4th level spell in order for it to make any major difference. And being that you do not have fourth level spells available, it's not going to make a difference if you cast it as a third level spell. So you can choose to cast it as a second level spell or a third level spell. Whatever it is that you desire, no matter what, it's going to only deal 1d8 damage.
That was a whole lot of fucking words. Am I even close enough to use it?
You choose where it goes within 60 feet of you. So you can put it right next to the skeleton warrior and choose that it attacks the skeleton warrior.
So it gives me all the way up to level 9 to pick.
Yeah, that's because there's up to level 9 in spells, but you do not have a level 9 spell slot. You only have level 3 and below.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, okay, we're gonna try that.
As a level 2 or a level 3?
Level 3.
Okay, like I said, that's not going to make any difference all that much. So if you
Okay.
want to change that to level 2, that's fine.
Yeah, then a level 2.
Okay. So you are going to do a level 2. You now have 2 level 2 spell slots left. And what form do you want this to take? Do you want it to just be like a dagger, a sword? What do you want it to be?
Spear.
I respect it.
I like the energy.
Same.
We will just say that this. God damn it. Can you move? No. Why will it not allow me to use this? We'll just say that the spearman is your sword. Is that where you wanted to cast it?
I want to hit the skeleton warrior once. That's just
So yeah, that's you can either cast it here, or cast it up here. Those are 3 places that you can see that would be able to hit it.
Sir, I really do not give a shit.
Okay,
Just
so
pick one.
we'll cast it here, and then you deal 1d8. So go ahead and type in chat /roll 1d8.
You can click it too.
Oh yeah, you can on the left hand side on the bar. There's a 20-sided die towards the bottom, just above the question mark, and you can choose to roll a d8. Just click on where it says d8.
I'm waiting for my computer to catch up here. Okay, roll d8. And I don't put plus anything, right?
Nope, no pluses, because it's just 1d8, I do believe. Okay, so you dealt 3 damage to the skeleton warrior.
Something I will take.
Something better than that.
And then you still have the rest of your movement if you desire to use the rest of your movement.
No, I want to chill on the stairs and wait for everybody else to come running down.
Okay.
I'm good.
Solus, it is your turn next.
Okay. To the stairs.
Move yourself to the top of the screen where Nocturne is if you're going on the stairs.
Oh. Oh. Oh, golly goodness.
Just disappear.
That is. What? There we go. Well, heaping bejeebus. Look at all them. Okay. What do we do here? Where's my screen? Pull up that character. Okay, so I quickly identify the situation here after hearing her shout. And I see all the baddies. And I quickly seen that they are what appears to be all undead, as mentioned. I cast magic circle
Jesus Christ.
at the bottom of these stairs.
What does exactly that do?
You create a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range. Glowing runes appear whenever the cylinder intersects with the floor or other surfaces. I pick undead. The circle affects a creature of the chosen type in the following ways. The creature cannot willingly enter the cylinder by non magical means. If the creature tries to use any form of magical means to do so, it must succeed a charisma saving throw. And then the creature, if it succeeds, has disadvantage on all attack rolls within the cylinder. Targets within the cylinder cannot be charmed, frightened, possessed by the creature, and when I cast the spell, I can elect to cause its magic to operate in the reverse, trapping them in it, but I do not choose to do so as they are spread out. And I put it at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so click the paintbrush and actually draw out the circle by
Paintbrush.
using the circle tool on where exactly it is that you're attempting to cast this.
I don't know. How big is I'm assuming each square, can I move that? Nope.
Each square is 5 feet.
Oh no. How do I,
I will take care of it.
oh look, I can do that. Haha.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you said it can't willingly enter. So could like we pick it up and like yeet it into the circle?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So something like that, 10 feet, right?
I do.
It depends on how big
I know
your
what you're
squares
getting
are.
at.
Each square is 5 feet long. So it'd be more like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that where you want it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you cast that magic circle right there. Do you have anything is that an action or is that a bonus?
My action. And then I, quickly realizing what is about to happen, I use the remainder of my movement to go back up the stairs. Why is this back here? Quickly relate the numbers of the undead and what's the haps downstairs to the fellow party.
What is the number?
Good question. 5.
Wow.
Many.
5.
I don't know. I didn't look, honestly. I assume my character did.
So you think there are 5 things downstairs? Got it.
I see 4 from where I'm standing. I should say 4. What
Okay,
is
I'm gonna say
this?
4. What is what?
What's
The
this?
spear carrier thing?
Yeah.
That's her spiritual weapon. That's Nocturne's
Oh.
spiritual weapon.
Okay, so it's not a monster. So it is. Okay, so it's 4.
4
I
high.
see 4. I see 4 monsters downstairs from where I was at. See, this is why I like the thing, White. That you can, I can only tell what I can see on the map.
What kind of monsters are these?
Undead.
What is undead?
If you guys are going to talk
Zombies.
back and forth, you're going to have to wait for your turn.
It's my turn.
It is your turn right now. It is not his.
Oh, I was like, it is my turn. Yeah, so I move out of the way of the stairs. And I look at the big man. It's your time to shine, buddy. And then I end my turn.
Okay. Nerexus, it is now your turn.
I go downstairs.
Can you make it all the way over there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, downstairs is actually up here.
Oh, okay. Well, I would still be at like the top of the stairs, so.
It lasts a minute, by the way.
Wait, what?
The circle, it lasts a minute.
Oh, okay.
That's all I do.
That's all you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Vagnar, it is now your turn.
All right. So I can't see because of the fog, but so right now it's me, Nocturne, and Norexus now down the stairs once I move.
It would be once you move, yes. Make sure you can move far enough because you are standing where you are.
Right.
What's
Here,
your
one
movement
second.
speed? I forget. That's 10 feet. 10
I
feet.
am. I have a movement speed of 40 feet.
Okay, so it would take you 20 to get all the way down the stairs where Norexus is on the bottom of the stairs. Nocturne is at the top of the stairs. So it would take 20. Takes you 20 feet to get here, and then 5 more feet to get to the bottom of the stairs. So 25 feet in order to get inside the circle, basically. I'll move you here.
Oh Jesus! All right. So as I am down to the bottom of the stairs, I shout to, like, as I'm running, I'm shouting. I go, "Find the top of the stairs with the tables!"
Okay.
As now I draw my weapons and, or no, I don't draw my weapons. That is a table in front of us, right?
It's a table kind of off to your right. And then you see the skeleton warriors like going around the tables in front of you.
All right. So this table right here.
That's kind of off to the right. If you, I'll move Norex's Nocturne real quick. That's the stairs that you just came down off of,
Ooh.
and there is the handrail that is right there. So
Oh,
that is
okay,
off to
okay,
your right.
okay. Then would it be acceptable if I go down and grab this table and sort of fling it like on its side right in front of right here?
Right in front of right where? Click again. You can try by running over there and doing a strength check.
Alrighty, I will. Alright, so just a straight strength.
Yep, straight strength. Why do you guys always do a 2DM?
My bad. I
Click
have mine
public.
selected 2DM. My bad. That's on me.
So you got a 16. You begin to move it. You would have to move yourself like up here in order to try to move it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to move it.
You had enough movement speed in order to do that. You begin to move it, but you're only moving it like 1 block to the left at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to move it more sort of to block them into bottlenecking them into one area.
Yeah. It's still not completely covering it, or I mean, it's not covering it at all, really. It's just like at the handrail now.
Okay, but I am moving it.
Yes.
Okay. I can live with that.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Considering I'm handling this table, yeah, that'll be the end.
Okay. It goes back to the skeleton warrior's turn. And the skeleton warrior is going to come up to you and take a swing at you. So it is going to use its longsword in order to swing at you. Does a 15 hit?
15 exactly does hit.
Okay. So it is going to deal. It is using it. I'm going to say two-handed. So it's 2d10. There's a d10 that rolled? Yeah, there was d10 that rolled. How is this working? Why is this working that way? Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so it's taking the 2d10 roll, and that is the 8. So you're taking 8 damage.
All right.
Oh, and you already subtracted it yourself. Cool.
Like I said, I've done this once or twice.
All right, so you took 8 damage. And now it is the unknown's turn. Solus, did you just move a little bit?
Did I?
I felt like you
I
were
don't know.
right here.
I don't know.
I thought I saw you move. I might not have. You kind of moved up here. It's whatever.
Oh yeah, I clicked on my person. I might have
Okay.
moved him by accident. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll just move you back here where I thought I saw you at. So the unknown is going to use his movement speed of 30 in order to get all the way down the stairs and get behind Vagnar. He is going to see what is happening at this time. And he is going to use... He is going to use magic missiles and target the two zombies. Actually, he may not be able to see those two zombies. No, because I think I can only see them because Nerexus and Nocturne see them.
I mean,
so
you can.
he's-
I think you can see that one and this one. This one right here is, I think, out of sight. Oh no
I
way!
think
Well, no way.
no, he'd probably be able to see a little bit of all three of them. So he can
Yeah.
target up to 3 creatures of his choice. So he is going to hit each one of them for 1d4 damage. So let's go 1d4. So he's going to deal 2 damage to each of them. What did I say? 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that will mark the end of his turn. Now, zombies, they have a 20-foot movement speed, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And this one's going to move 5, 10. He's going to hit the circle. He can't move into the circle without any magical means. And what is the magical means? Like, what does he have to roll in order to see if he can enter?
They can't enter physically. The only way they can enter is if they're forced or if they teleport, and they'd have to make a charisma save.
Okay. So that one cannot enter at all. So that's what, like maybe half a minute has passed at this point.
Yeah, it says duration 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, casting time was a minute.
Oh. Well, then it hasn't actually casted yet.
Oh, I don't know.
Because it's only
You
been
tell
like
me how
half
much
a
time is
minute.
passing.
It's only been about half a minute since it was casted. I was just keeping track of it for a second, then I stopped. But it hasn't been a full minute yet.
Yeah, it's still meat eating right now.
Okay.
Fair
So
enough.
it's going to move behind Vagnar and attack Vagnar.
Bring it on, bitch.
It is going to do its slam attack. Does a 19 hit.
It does hit.
It's going to deal 14 bludgeoning damage to you.
It's interception.
Any
Alrighty.
creature you see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you. Vagnar is not currently within 5 feet, is he? No. Yeah, I'll
Of
take
zombie
that.
of zombie 1.
Depends on if you want to consider the height difference from the stairs to the bottom or not.
I mean, I'm currently towering over most of these zombies. I'm like 8 feet tall.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take that as the within 5 feet. You need to roll 1d10 plus 3.
Who, me?
No. Nerexus needs to roll 1d10 plus 3 in order to see how much is reduced by. Because he's dealing
Okay.
14 damage. Subtract 8. So that would be a total of 6 damage dealt to you, Vagnar.
A total of 6 damage.
Yes.
Ooh, I need to go back.
So if you did all of the 14 damage, you're just going to add on 8 health. back to yourself.
Second.
Oh, that's right. That's why. Oops.
1 second. I got it. There we go. Fixed it.
Okay. It is now the Shadow Warrior's turn, and the Shadow Warrior is actually going to step inside, whereas he wasn't before. He's going to go to right there. Kind of out of sight of everybody. And it is now the girl's turn, and the girl is going to go hide inside the closet. That is up here that has no light for some reason.
That's my
And
girl.
it is back to Nocturne's turn.
Can I use my little spear to attack zombie 2?
At each of your turns, trying to scroll back up to see that you may move it. I think it says a bonus action. You can move it and do everything. Where was the explanation of that? Magic circle, magic missile. Oh, I didn't. I just pulled up the explanation of that. That's right. Nocturne, character sheet, spiritual weapon. On hit. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet. So yes, utilizing your bonus action, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and make an attack against another creature within 5 feet of it.
Okay. How do I move my weapon?
Just kind of click and hold where you want to move it to, and I will move it for you, because I don't have you as being capable to move it.
I just want to be like in the middle of the 3.
Like right here, where the circle's gone.
Like against the wall. My thing isn't showing
like
if
right
you're
here?
moving it. Right here, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. This is kind of a spiritual thing. It just passes by them. And who are you attempting to attack this time?
Zombie 1?
The one below it?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your 1d whatever it was. I think it was 1d8.
Okay.
Yes, it was 1d8. Okay, that's 6 damage.
Okay, and do I still have stuff I can do?
You can do your full action and your movement still.
I don't understand the difference in a bonus action and a full action.
Okay, so a bonus action is an action that takes lesser time and everything. It's something that you do kind of instinctually, whereas a bonus action is something that you actually like concentrate in order to do. If you're looking at your spells and everything, it will say what is a bonus action and what is an action, and that is like the difference between the two. Or you can a full action would also be considered like going up and attacking one of them as well.
Okay. Can I use my sacred flame again?
Your sacred flame is one action. Yes, you can.
Okay. And then I clicked it.
Okay, which one are you targeting?
The same one I was.
The zombie or the skeleton warrior? Okay, the zombie. All right, it has to make a dexterity saving throw. That beats 12. Its dexterity throw is 17. It deals no damage. You still have your movement if you wish to move.
No.
Okay. At this point in time, I will consider the 1 minute passed. That means that the zombie has to make a Constitution saving throw, right? Because he's inside the circle.
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay, it got a natty 1. So
Well,
what
obviously.
happens to it?
It leaves, is what I understand. Here, let me double check.
I'm trying to look at it. Magic circle, here it is.
When you cast a spell, Oh, it must have succeeded on a charisma saving throw. The creature has to spend detectable targets within the cylinder can't be shoved. It means the charisma saving throw is if it tries to enter the circle while it's while they're outside of it. So I guess he doesn't need to make a saving throw at all.
Okay.
It just has to now try to leave the circle.
And it would need a charisma saving throw in order to leave the circle.
No, it needs one to try it and willingly enter. Like it tries to if it's trying to use magic to enter.
Okay.
If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to do so, it must first succeed on a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so pretty much, yeah.
Nocturne, was at the end of your turn and you said you didn't want to move?
Yes.
Okay. So Solus, it is now your turn.
Do I get to do anything since I would consider that being my action to finish the spell?
Yeah, I would. Let me see this real quick. Because of the fact that I considered the end of the 1 minute before the beginning of your turn, I will say yes. You get to use your action and everything.
I see French or Van are already really on it in that group chat, so.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave my character on this side at the top of the stairs since it's a little crowded over there.
Well, I mean, technically, that is where Nocturne is standing as well.
Oh, I thought she was at this part of the stairs, and I was at this
Well,
part. So like
she's
this
at the
one
top of the
should be
stairs.
here, and I'd be
That
here.
is no, that is where Nocturne is standing, and then to your left is where Norexus is standing.
And I'm here.
Okay. So you're at the very top of the landing.
But I am gonna move over here just so I can see.
Jeez, I can see nobody followed my advice to block the stairwell.
No one has the strength that you have.
That's why I left the stairwell last turn.
You can still see what they see.
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't. Like if I move you back down here, you can't.
Yeah,
see anything
I can't see anything.
Okay.
No.
So let's move you. I'll move you right here so that you can see a little bit. But just know that you're at the top of the stairs down below.
Yep. Let's see. Let me read the specifics of the spell before I just start willy-nilly casting it.
Well, you can click it and put it in chat if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing. Let's see here.
VS or M?
Let's see. How many people are down there?
Oh yeah, Nocturne. We don't use VS or M for us.
NA. Yeah, I think it would be okay. See, so if can I see him? Yeah, sure. Why not?
And you wouldn't really be able to see anything down the stairs other than Nocturne, Rexus, and kind of being able to see the unknown on the other side of them.
Oh, okay. Well, then I hold that back. Well then, considering the circumstances, I do nothing.
Okay. Norexus, it is now your turn.
Oh, damn. I'm ready to eat. Can I jump over this banister onto this table?
Make a...
The table that I'm currently swinging?
Oh,
you're kind of dragging it. You can try to make a... What is that, athletics? Acrobatics.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to answer the call real quick.
Okay. So, as you attempt to kind of jump down, you miss your footing, and you fall prone while on top of the table.
I'm a warrior with years of experience and I can't jump over stairs?
Apparently not.
I call bullshit.
I mean, I only just set it at a 10, and you got a 7.
I use the remainder. Well, are you counting that as my action?
I would count that as a bonus action, honestly, to jump over.
Alright,
Because
I
it was
use my
kind of
action to
reflexive.
stand back up.
Okay. So you're now standing and you have your movement still left.
And then I action surge. I use my movement to walk here.
You naughty, naughty.
And then I am going to swing my battle axe at zombie 2.
For the zombie, that will hit for 7 slashing damage. It doesn't have any immunities or anything to slashing, so that's 7 damage total.
And then I also have extra attack.
Before you do that, real quick, roll a d20.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, roll D20. Nice.
Okay. So as you attack it and it starts to come apart a little bit, the putrid odors and everything and all the viscera that comes out of it kind of grosses you out, and you topple over once again and begin vomiting on the floor.
Alright.
And that would count as the end of your turn at that point, because you are now back to being prone again. And Vagnar, it is once again your turn.
All right. Well, love being at the bottom. All right. So
And you can try to continue pulling that table, but you currently have 2 obstacles in your way.
Oh, I'm well aware. I got the zombies in my way. Oh no! I see. I have a character in the way now.
Well, no, the little spear carrying character is actually just the spiritual weapon that Nocturne had.
All right. Then I'm gonna make a strength check to just rip that table across the room.
Okay, go ahead and make your strength check.
To try to block all of them. Just
Okay.
rip.
I would consider that successful. Do you want to draw a line out? Use the paintbrush and like draw a line on where you're actually trying to throw this to?
Yeah. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to draw it across here.
Okay. So you end up hitting the skeleton warrior in order to do that, and it gets. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. It gets knocked back to over here since that's the closest available space that's out of the line. It will take 1 damage in doing it.
All right.
And now you have a little bit of a blockade going around. So they have
All
to
right.
go around that blockade, and you block Nerexus off from getting assistance.
All
Good
right.
job.
So, yeah, joke's on you. So, with my height, I'll be drawing my weapons ready to stab or slash at what is available, and I'll be also shouting to Nerexus.
The only thing that is available for you to hit without movement is Zombie 1 that is directly next to you.
Oh, very well. I will hit him. So I'm gonna do stabbing, which will be my longsword.
Okay, you rolled a 12 to hit, or 23 to hit, rather. That is definitely a hit. And you rolled for 7 damage.
Yeah, so
So as you hit him, you notice that he's like really, truly starting to fall apart. Like bone is starting to show and everything. And once again, I need you to roll a d20 now that you've hit him.
all right, Constitution save, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Constitution save. Sorry,
Alrighty,
I forgot that it was actually Constitution save. I just told Norexus to roll d20.
all right.
And I want my roll back.
All right, so as it like its guts and all of its coagulated blood and everything sprays all over you, it doesn't seem to affect you at all, and it just you push through it just fine. And Unknown is also going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. There it goes. It went twice. 7 was the first one. So you see the Unknown behind you begin to fall to his knees and begin vomiting on the floor. He's kind of grossed out by that.
Itch. We're ignoring the first episode.
Is that the end of your turn?
There's nothing else I can do other than shout Norexus to fall back to behind me, but I can clearly see that there's a skeleton warrior in front of him and a zombie behind him. But I'm still gonna be reaching over to try to stab and slash. So
Okay. So that's the end of your turn?
that is the end of my turn.
Okay, so it goes back to the top of the initiative. It is now the Skeleton Warrior's turn. And the Skeleton Warrior, seeing only Norexus available for him, unless he goes around the table, is going to use his longsword attack. Does a 21 hit Norexus? I'm assuming so.
That does hit me.
Okay, so it is still using two hand, which is the D10. That is going to be 12 damage done to you.
Well, I.
Did you drop that already?
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't drop on my screen. I'll just drop it myself on my screen. All right.
Oh, I
And
put it in the
It
temporary.
really. Huh?
You see now?
No, I don't think I'm. The thing that I'm doing, I don't think is gonna like working out as I subtract your guys' health on my screen, on the DM screen.
Like-
So
Not being able
here-
to do much else, it is now the end of the Skeleton Warrior's turn. And
Oh, actually, hold on.
what's that?
Here, one sec. So in the green screen, like if you click on your character token, you can enter your player amount health, and you can actually click like you can add the subtract and then the amount of health that was subtracted from you, and it will automatically subtract it. Or you can add what was added to you, like hit the plus and then add what was added to you, and it will add the health back to you, and that's what I've used to keep track of my health in like previous games and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I
It
don't
was
know if you. What?
slashing attack, correct?
It was slashing. Yes, I typed back in chat saying add 3 health back.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
It's just more helpful to be able to like for you and the GM to be able to like click on your token and see what your health is at
Yeah.
and stuff.
I have your guys' health above you in the green circle that's above your head if
Yeah.
you click on your token. So if you subtract from there, that's fine. If you want to just subtract from your character sheet and I will subtract from that green circle, that's also fine.
Yeah.
So it is now the Unknown's turn. He is currently prone, vomiting his brains out, so he is going to use his action in order to get back up. And does he have anything that would be considered a bonus action? It's an action.
Yelling.
I'm looking through his spells right now to see if anything's a bonus action.
Probably a cantrip.
Action. No, all of his cantrips are full actions.
Damn.
Reaction.
Powerful motherfucker.
Action. 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 Wait, what level is he? Oh, I meant to make him stronger than that. Whatever. I'll make him stronger than that after this. He's supposed to be stronger than you guys, but I made him level 3 on accident.
Ooh, got him.
So yeah, he doesn't
All
really
right.
have a whole lot that he can do, so he's going to step back a little bit in order to get away from the zombie that's next to Vagnar, because he's a mage and he's kind of squishy, so he doesn't want to be nearby that. And that will be the end of his turn. It is now Zombie 2's turn. Zombie 2 is going to turn toward Neurexus, seeing that he's the closest one available to attack. This is going to be a bludgeoning damage against you, Neurexus. Yeah, so your heavy armor master will also go against that. He fails, or does an 11 hit you at all? How is that an 11?
I didn't even see the D20 roll, if I'm being completely honest.
I haven't
The
been in
D20
public.
is only a 1.
Yeah, the D20 is a 1. How is that an 11? Oh, because it's plus 10 on attack. So does an 11 hit you?
No.
But that's an epic fail, though, bro.
Yeah, that is an epic fail. So he whiffs, and as he whiffs, because of the fact that it rolled a natty 1, he is going to fall prone next to you, whom are already prone as well. It is now Zombie 1's turn, and Zombie 1, seeing Vagnar is the only thing that he's really got next to him. He is also
Hold on. If I'm prone, he has an advantage on attack against me.
Oh, that's true. I didn't
So
roll
he'd
with
get to
advantage.
roll again.
I shouldn't have just rolled it with full advantage.
And he still anyways.
Yeah, it's 16. Does 16 hit you at all?
No.
Okay. So yeah, he whiffs, and I'll just keep the narrative going that he falls prone. He whiffs, and he whiffs hard, and he falls prone next to you. Zombie number 2 is now going to attempt to attack Vagnar, and that is going to be a 27 to attack, dealing 11 bludgeoning damage.
You can do it. Let him. Hang on 1 second. Let me click on my name.
So you should have 43 health left. Yep.
There he goes. No fucking problem.
Yep. And then he's gonna stay there, and now it is a shadow soldier's turn. If I could speak English here, he has a 30-foot movement speed, so it's gonna be 5, 10, 15. It only takes him about 20 feet to move next to Neurexus, and he has a multi-attack in which he can use 2 shadow spears.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I forgot he could actually throw spears, so he could have been attacking before this. So for his first attack, does a 17 hit you, Neurexus?
No.
Okay,
But
and then
he still gets advantage, so.
oh, that's true. I forgot to roll with advantage. So I'll just roll one more time to see advantage, and then next time I'll actually put an advantage.
It's
25 hits. So that is going to be.
a
He
crit
is
as well.
doing this. Is it a crit? Yeah, it is a crit.
It looks
'cause
like it
it's-
automatically rolled for it.
So that is going to be. There shouldn't be a plus on that necrotic. I don't know why there's a plus on that necrotic. It should only be 1d6 plus 3 and 1d6 period. So it's going to be. The 4 plus 6. Oh, no, wait. It should be only 1d6 plus 3. Why is this? Oh, okay, I see. So this is the 1d6 plus 3, and then this one is just the 1d6. So it's 4 plus 6 for 10 necrotic piercing damage against you. The 4 is the piercing, just in case your heavy armor allows for piercing to be halved as well, or whatever. And the 6 is necrotic.
So 7 total damage.
Yes. Well, it would have been 10, but are you taking off 2 because of the heavy armor?
Yes.
Okay. And then he is going to do his second attack. This time I actually will click advantage. And he is going to do another one. That is a 23, which I assume is going to hit.
Yep.
And it's going to be 6 on the piercing and 3 on necrotic.
Alright.
So that was 7. Are you removing it from the green circle or no?
I can. That puts me at 29.
29? Okay. Does that make you bloodied at all?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody notices that Nerexus is kind of bloodied up.
Right.
For Nocturne, if since you don't know the way that we usually run things, the term bloodied means that they have fallen below half their health. It goes back to the little girl's turn. She's just going to stay where she's at. Nocturne, it is now yours.
Okay. I want to use my spiritual weapon to attack zombie 1.
Okay, using your spiritual weapon to attack with zombie 1 again. Roll 1d8, please.
I'm waiting for it to come up on my screen.
Because that's what it was. It's just straight 1d8, wasn't it? I keep on having to look this up.
Did it go through?
Yeah, it came through. It came through twice. I will take. I always take the first one as the one that is actual. So that was only 2 damage there. However, I did notice that it is also plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which would be. What's your spellcasting ability? Your spellcasting ability is wisdom. Your wisdom is plus 4. So it would be the 2 plus 4 for 6 total. And you said you were hitting which one? Zombie 2 or zombie 1?
Zombie 1.
Zombie 1. For
Yes.
the 6 total. Let's make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of. That wasn't radiant damage, so it can make a Constitution saving throw on that. It got a 6, so that did not succeed. Vagnar, please make a Constitution saving throw.
One moment. Pulling it up.
Okay. As Zombie 1 just completely explodes and is obliterated 100%, you feel a little sick and you kind of fall to a knee, but you are considered prone, but at the beginning of your turn, you may get up without any, like using anything or anything like that. You don't have to use your action, you just get back up.
All right, well,
And that is that. Nocturne, does that mark the end of your turn, or would you like to use an ability in your movement as well?
Is zombie 1 dead then?
Zombie 1 is dead. That's why I deleted it off the screen.
Perfect. I would like. Let me look and see. I want to animate the dead. I need to move first, I think.
For animate dead, I don't think you can reanimate a corpse or
No,
an
you.
undead. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
previously undead. It's
Yeah, it wasn't previously alive. It was previously undead already.
So
But-
when a zombie.
Servant choose a pile of bones.
but if it dies, it's then again a corpse.
Right, that's my logic with it.
Yeah. It would. I would have to read the rule, but in my ruling, I would say that it is once again a corpse. At that point.
Well, he said it blew up, didn't he?
Yeah, it kind of blew up.
That is
It
true. That
just
is
it
true.
kind of fell to pieces and everything. So I'm gonna say no to that
Okay.
as something that you can do. Uh, like I said, you still
Mm,
have an action and your movement available to you.
I would still say smart thinking though.
Yeah, very smart thinking.
Yeah,
I was excited. I was like, I'm gonna bring back the dead.
that's
Okay.
pretty. If he didn't say it was obliterated, I would have been like, it's a fucking corpse again, dude.
She out here making
Okay.
big brain plays. We're all
See.
operating on this 2D screen. She's on a 3D.
When Matt told me, or like when we were talking about me playing D&D, I told him I want to be a ghost, and he said I couldn't be a ghost. I was going to make ghosts.
Well, you're gonna love my spectral warrior bullshit.
Jesus.
Did I already use my bonus action? Yeah.
That was your bonus action in order to use your attack with your spear.
But well, I mean, her spectral character did. Does that still count as hers?
That is her bonus action to use that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm just
My
going to
thing is
open
so.
this up and make it so you can move this around. Nocturne. So when next you try to move the spear around, you should be able to click and drag on the spear to move it.
So if I wanted to move near Nerexus, oh shit, I did something. How do I move near Nerexus? Like,
Okay, so that yellow line that is up is currently the table that was flipped over. Uh,
can I
That I
reach
got.
over?
can you what?
Can I reach over the table? Is that allowed?
You are just an elf, I would say.
I realistically right now is probably the only one that could reach over the
Yeah,
table and be able to drag him over the other side.
yeah. I would say that Vagnar is currently the only person that can actually reach to him.
You gotta make things hard.
It's just because I'm massive.
Can I use my action to have you lob me at him? Can that be a
Not
thing?
your action. You can use his when it comes to his turn. You can use his action if he decides to do that. But being that there are 3 enemies right there, that is up to him on whether or not he wants to do that.
I
Oh,
already have something in the works.
okay. What is? Let me. No, I didn't. My poor computer. I have one more thing I can look.
You still do have a
They all-
mass. Oh, that's a bonus action. Uh,
Yeah, I've been looking. They're all.
well, I mean,
Oh,
you can do an attack against them, doing your sacred flame or whatever.
I'm gonna use head real quick.
I want to use Beacon of Hope.
Beacon of Hope. Death saving throws, if you want to.
I want to use Beacon of Hope, and I'd like to use it on everybody in our party because it
Okay.
says I can pick them.
So everybody on the party has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws for the next minute. With that, if you cast any other spell that has concentration, you will lose your concentration on Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
You have one third class spell level or third level spell slot left, and you still have your movement.
I want to stay where I am.
Okay, staying where you are. And is that the end of your turn? Or you want to shout
Yeah.
out to somebody? Did you want to shout out to somebody or anything, or just end your turn?
Just in my turn.
Okay, Solus, it is now your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, you're still at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I know.
It only takes, like, what? In order to move
Me-
in front of the unknown, it's only 15 feet. So you could very easily move right here for, like, 15 feet of movement. and you still have whatever's left of your movement after that. Your movement is what, 30 feet? So you still have another 15 feet of movement at that point.
Can I see Norexus?
Uh, I'd imagine he's not a small character, and you're not a small character. So I'd imagine that you could like see towards the top of his head, and you probably saw him coming down the stairs.
Oh no, I know he's there. Can I see the guy? Can I see any of the people that they're fighting like fairly well?
You would have seen it coming down the stairs, but from where you're standing, you can only really see the skeleton warrior. You can probably see like the top of the head of the zombie and the shadow soldier.
I have a question.
So
Chocolate baby cousin.
So in previous games that I've played, I'm just asking like if this is your preference that like even though it's not like our turn specifically, we can still shout out things to other players
I'd rather that be on
during
your
the
turn
battle.
because that's a part
Okay.
of your 6 seconds of movement and everything.
Okay, that's okay. I was just wondering. Continue.
Mm,
What are you measuring out there?
20 feet.
You're using like a hidden measurement too, so only I can see it on the DM screen. No one else can see it.
Yeah,
I know.
I
That's why I did it.
guess.
So
Mm,
20 feet from that encompasses everybody.
everybody. I guess.
Oh Jesus.
Well, I can't see anything anyway.
I would say it
Because
does
somebody
end
put a
your
damn table in the way.
I would
Don't
say it does
worry,
end
I already have
Nocturne.
something.
I put
What?
I put a perfectly magical barrier that prevents undead from passing it, and then somebody's like, you know what? I would
Yeah,
rather.
I'm sorry it took you a full minute to cast it. Meanwhile, I was trying to bottleneck the undead coming up. Not my fault. I don't understand Arcana.
And can you even see it?
The circle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very obvious.
Okay,
It's
so
a
it is
it's,
visible.
it's a cylinder of light with runes all over it.
Okay. So he
Yeah,
can
and by
see
the
it.
time I threw the table in front of it, it hadn't been casted yet. And then at the same time, literally, I threw the table in front of it, it had been casted.
So possibly
Well,
slightly blinded.
yeah, he's probably. Uh, where can I see it? That's a bit-
God, I may not be able to do this other battle. I had 2 battles set for you guys, but
Don't worry, I got something.
Yeah, I really can't do anything.
you still have 15 feet of movement available to you.
Yeah, but it's either move back up the stairs or it's move towards the enemies. And I'm not going to do that.
It's up to you. So you're saying end of your turn?
Why can't I move? Oh,
Yeah, you got to
Boop.
click back to that. Okay, you move 5 more feet.
now I end my turn.
Okay, Norexus, it is now your turn. You are surrounded by enemies and currently knocked prone. The zombie to your left is knocked prone as well.
I would like to attack while on the ground the zombie on the left.
Okay. Do a straight attack instead of a disadvantage. That was a 7, and a zombie's AC is 8, so that is not a hit. That is not only a hit, but a crit.
Critty.
And that was 12 damage. It has nothing for slashing. What did we say was a crit? It was just like double.
It's up to you. can either just double the damage done or roll a second hit die.
I'd just have you roll a second. Just roll one more d8. You're probably gonna kill it. Yeah, you completely destroyed it. So as you hit and absolutely destroy it, you are currently already knocked prone. So I'm not gonna make you roll for a Constitution save again, because you're already there. But yep, you have killed the other zombie.
Cool. That's it.
Okay, you're not gonna try to stand up or anything.
It takes an action to stand up, and I just use my action. So
Okay. Ragnar, it is now your turn.
Right. So, as a free, I yell for everybody to run. As I enter rage and jump over the table.
Before you attempt to do anything as you're entering rage, please roll me a d20 as you enter rage.
I will. There, one more. Wait, hold up. I actually know how to do this. It's on the table. I already shouted for everybody to start running as I jump over the table
Okay.
at
So,
Skeletal Warrior 1.
Before you're able to jump over the table, a werewolf suddenly appears where Ragnar is currently standing.
I would like to say that I entered rage or tried to mid-jump at the Skeletal Warrior, shouting for them to run.
So what, like up here to the left?
Oh no, I'm literally like straight up. I propelled my body at Skeletal Warrior 1, shouting, like I shouted, run right in my square. Jumped.
You should be able to move the werewolf around as well. I
All right.
believe.
And jumped at Skeletal Warrior 1 to attack.
Well, I mean, you're not on top of him, but
Yeah, like literally mid-jump. Like I shouted run and then entered rage mid-jump.
okay. So as you entered rage mid jump, go ahead and roll me a roll me a d6.
that little girl is going to be so scared of you now.
I don't know. I think you underestimate children and dogs.
That is
Okay.
true.
So with the chaos that is going on inside your head, you made it to where you were making it right now, but you currently see Nocturne as the enemy that you desire to attack.
But did I land on Skeletal Warrior 1?
You landed next to Skeletal Warrior 1. I'll say like you landed right here.
I mean, I was jumping on him.
Okay.
I propelled my body at him.
So with Skeletal Warrior 1, go ahead and roll me a strength throw
On Ragnar or on the werewolf?
on Ragnar.
Alright, 1 second.
You have the werewolf's character sheet, right? You should
I
be able to pull
do.
it up because you should be able to see it. Not a save, a check.
My bad. What the? There it is. My bad. Bad.
Okay. The skeletal warrior sees you lunging at him, and seems to be unfazed by the fact that you're lunging at him. He lifts up his shield and deflects you to land where your werewolf is currently standing. He did not get knocked prone or anything. And like I said, currently Nocturne is your target that you would want to go towards. But she's at the top of the stairs, so you'd have to get through the unknown in order to get to her. But you do not desire to attack the unknown at all.
But remember, I yelled at all of you to run.
Yes, that
How have we
happened.
been fighting with each other for years, and no one knew you were a werewolf?
Nope. Not a single one of you ever knew he was a werewolf.
It went sideways, my dude.
Hopefully not too sideways, because I'm still prone, so I cannot run.
So I don't know if you want to move or anything like that. Like I said, the current
That will
target
be
of your the current target in your mind is Nocturne.
the end of my turn, considering I just got bitch slapped with a shield trying to attack.
Okay, I'll allow it mainly because you cannot actually get to Nocturne at this time because the unknown is in the way. The unknown, seeing all of this, doesn't look all that frightened, doesn't look all that scared, having seen the werewolf appear in front of him. He will.
Run of madness.
Hold on a second, I'm reading something. He's possibly about to do something to you. This creature's spell can affect. Ignoring unconscious creatures, creature with less hit points. No, he's not going to do that. He is going to use Charm Person on you. You must make a Wisdom saving throw with Werewolf Vagnar.
Very well.
You must get over a 13 to not be under his influence. But you don't want to get over a 13 right now. Okay, you are not over his under his influence at all.
Motherfucker. All right.
Him not really realizing this, he's going to point out to the Shadow Soldier and try to command you to attack that. And then he, thinking that he has gotten you, is going to use a. He's going to use Magic Missile again in order to hit the two creatures that are left. He's going to hit the Shadow Soldier twice and the Skeletal Warrior once. So that is / roll 1d4 plus 1. So he will deal 4 damage to the Shadow Soldier and 2 damage total to the Skeletal Warrior. His damage doesn't do anything significant to those. And I need to... Oh, I didn't actually give him spell slots. He's used that twice, so he's got 2 spell slots left in that. Okay. And having heard you tell him to run, he is going to not. He thinks he has control over you right now, so he's going to stay where he is. And that will be the end of his turn. And it is now Shadow Soldier 1's turn. Him having seen a little bit of a tastier enemy show up, and seeing that Nerexus is prone, he is going to use his movement to 5, 10, 15, 20, go up next to Werewolf Vagnar, and attempt to attack Werewolf Vagnar with his multi-attack, doing dual Shadow Spears again. His first one is going to be, that was with advantage, I'm sorry.
All good.
Either way, I don't think I hit you, because I'll just re-roll it. So an 18, does that hit Werewolf?
That does hit.
Okay. So he dealt 8 piercing damage and 2 necrotic damage for a total of 10 damage. If there's nothing that states anything about piercing or necrotic on you, which I'm not.
I mean, no, wait. Piercing is by half. One
Oh,
second.
you're immune to piercing, non-magical piercing damage. So you will just take the 2 damage
1 second. I'm fixing it right now.
because the 2 damage is necrotic.
There we go.
Yep, and he's going to do that one more time. A 25, I assume, is going to hit. That's a nat 20. Oh, it already adds in the nat 20, so that's 4, 6 necrotic damage to Werewolf Agnar now.
All right.
He once again does not take any of the piercing, so you're completely fine on the piercing.
Yep.
It goes back to the little girl's turn. She is not going to do anything once again, and now it goes back to Nocturne's turn. You just saw Vagnar tell you to run. He lunged himself at one of the skeletal warriors, who kind of bitch slapped him out of the way, and then he turned into a werewolf mid-leap as he was doing that.
So I want to use Sanctuary on Nerexus.
Okay, let me pull that up and see what that says. Oh, okay, you already put it in chat. You ward a creature within range of the attack until the spell ends. Any creature must make a wisdom saving throw, choose a new target, or lose the attack or spell. Okay. So you cast Sanctuary on him. You still have 1 action and your movement available to you.
I want to use my the
Thaumaturgy?
one I can't say. Yes.
Thaumaturgy. And what will you be doing with Thaumaturgy?
Casting my voice behind Werewolf Ragnar, so he turns around and thinks I'm behind him, where I'm the target.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll for deception.
Okay. How do I just hit the dice and then?
In your character sheet where you would hit history and all of that, there should be one that says deception. And who are you trying to fool with this?
The werewolf.
Okay. So he will have to roll what is
I would think
because
either
you don't have a normal like perception or anything like that.
So probably an intelligence or a charisma, I think.
I'm trying to see what perception would be. Perception is wisdom. So you would roll a wisdom throw, not a saving throw, but just normal wisdom throw in order to see if you fall for that. You definitely do. So you think that there is something behind you somewhere.
My voice behind him, because I was supposed to be the target.
Okay, so you currently think that she is somewhere else.
I just turn around, looking behind me.
And see, she's really out here doing big brain plays.
Yeah, those were big brain plays.
I think I'm done. So
you're staying where you are, or are you going back up the stairs?
I'd run away.
He can confused. I want to see what happens.
Okay. So you stay where you are, and now it becomes Solus's turn.
Solus? There he is.
1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right. Well, Solus is quite bewildered with this whole werewolf debacle, and is kind of annoyed at the continued presence of all of this. So I'm going to cast Fireball on the skeleton, and I'm going to sculpt it around myself, Unknown, Nocturne, and Orexis, because I can sculpt any evocation spell, 1 plus the spell's level. A Fireball is a 3rd level spell, so I can select 4 targets that automatically succeed their saving throw and do not take damage. I choose not to choose Werewolf Ragnar, as he's being a big silly goose. So
You don't know of anything that he was doing. You just know that he started looking at Nocturne, and then started looking away from Nocturne when you heard her voice somewhere else.
Oh, well, I mean, I was already thinking that the biggest brute in the group could probably take a little bit of fire, so he could probably definitely stand to take it now. He is a werewolf. So yeah, we're gonna cast that like right. Why can't I do the thing? How do I do the thing?
Use your pointer tool, and you just click and hold where you're trying to do it, but you can't move the
Oh.
mouse at all.
Yeah, like right
So
there.
you're doing it in this square right here.
Yeah, probably gonna hit everybody.
So 20
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I hit the skeleton. Is who I meant to hit.
Oh, okay. So 20 feet from that square, yeah, it would hit everybody, but you're choosing to shield Nocturne, the Unknown, yourself, and Nerexus.
Yes.
So they will not take any damage. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Just to just so you don't have to take me off faith. Here is that post.
I know how that works. I know how that works, and I know you're an evocation wizard, so.
And where's the button? Button.
That is so
Also,
much.
I don't know if it shows up. If there's a 1, does it show all of it?
It shows all of the dice. There is one that I see.
It becomes a 2.
Okay.
So 34 damage.
Yep, 34 damage. Actually, let me check this. Yeah, there was only one, so it becomes 34 damage. So 34 damage to Werewolf Ragnar, and
Brings me down to 20.
in the area.
Damn it, you should not have done that.
So the Shadow Soldier.
Told your friends that you're a werewolf.
The Shadow Soldier, most of its armor is falling off. It seems like the shadow is starting to dissipate into the walls and into the world. As for the skeleton warrior, each creature within 5 feet. So Nerexus and Werewolf Ragnar, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, they can take half damage if they pass the dex throw.
No, this isn't for the fireball.
Oh. Also, yes, they can take half damage if they all of those people, including.
So you
Ragnar.
Ragnar got an 11. Oh, is that on? Oh, that was Werewolf Ragnar. Okay. And I still need Nerexus to make me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so Werewolf Ragnar is going to be hit by 10 points of damage as the skeleton warrior explodes into a shrapnel of bones.
Is it piercing damage?
It is considered piercing damage, but it would be considered magical because he himself is magical in nature.
All right.
And as werewolf Vagnar comes down to that, you can see that he is massively bloodied. Does that end your turn, Solus, as you almost killed one of your own players?
He's a werewolf. But yeah, that was my last. That was the last thing I do.
For Vagnar yourself, you know that if the werewolf dies, it just transforms back into you.
I am aware.
All right, so you said that is into your turn, right? You're not choosing to run away or anything?
No, there's nowhere I can run.
Say again?
So there's really nowhere I can run.
I mean, you can run back up the stairs.
Could.
Because Vagnar, before he turned into a werewolf, did tell you to run.
Yes, he told everybody to run, and yet no one has.
Yeah, which very poor decision on all of y'all, but whatever. Larry said directly, "Get the
Friends.
fuck out."
So
And everybody collectively decided, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
you're staying where you are.
Yes.
Okay, so it is now Nerexus' turn.
All right, I stand up and then use my movement to walk over here and turn.
Okay, it is now the Unknown's turn. He was knocked prone as well by the explosion that happened nearby him not that long ago. So he is going to use his action in order to stand up again. In being that it ended, Werewolf Vagnar, please make a Wisdom saving throw again. The enemy that he was pointing at is kind of... Oh, no, wait, that's a full action. And he used his action to stand up. Fuck. He can't do that. It wouldn't have worked anyways, so he can only use a bonus action right now. What does he have that would be bonus actionable? Action. Is all of his stuff in action? Jesus Christ, I chose nothing with a bonus? That's a reaction, which no one has made an action against him in order to do that. That's an action. That's an action. That's an action. That's an action. Fuck me. That's an action. That's an action. So he can't do anything. So yeah, he stood back up and still thinking that he has control, and he has already stated, like attack the Shadow Soldier to Werewolf Vagnar. He is going to remain where he is. It is now the Shadow Soldier's turn. The Shadow Soldier, having seen Nerexus move next to him, and thinking, kind of seeing the blood coming off the werewolf and everything, he is going to think that Nerexus is more of a threat, because Nerexus doesn't seem to have as much blood coming off of him. So he is going to turn to Nerexus and just once utilize his Shadow Spirit, which does a 14 hit you, Nerexus? Nerexus?
What about
No.
A 14 does not hit you?
Nope.
Okay, and then his other Shadow Spear is going to be for Werewolf Vagnar. And I assume a 7 does not hit Werewolf Vagnar.
Unfortunately, it is not.
Okay, so he whiffs on all of his attacks, and he can't really move. So it goes back to the girl's turn, who's going to stay where she's at, and is back to Nocturne's turn now.
okay? Now I have to think again. I didn't plan this far ahead this time. I can click the right thing. course, my screen freezes right now.
Oh, jeez.
How does a javelin work? Can I lob that?
Let me look up your thing. You can throw a javelin. I don't know how many you have. I think you only have the one. But if you click on, nope. So if it's at 30 feet or beyond, that is its normal range. Its maximum range is 120 feet. If it is less than 30 feet, you throw with disadvantage because it's too close.
Well,
So if
shit.
you're trying to attack the shadow soldier that is just 10 feet away from you, you would be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Which just means
I'll
you
be
get
right back.
disadvantage and you roll that.
I want to. How far can I move my spiritual warrior thing?
For your spiritual warrior, I'm moving your stuff around, so give me a second. You can move it up to 20 feet. So you could get it, you could honestly get it to, you can get it to the bottom of the shadow soldier right here. And it's not a
Yep,
soldier, it's just a floating spear.
Let's put my guy there,
Okay.
and I want to attack the
Okay,
shadow
and that
guy.
was 1d8, right? I keep on forgetting.
Yeah.
Alright, so give me 1d8, roll 1d8.
Did that work?
It hasn't, there it goes. So that was 2 damage. That's piercing. He's not anything to piercing. So he comes down a little bit more life. He is still there, however. You still have an action and your movement available to you.
Let me look at my thingy thing.
Oh shit, it deleted Vagnar out of there. So we'll just say Vagnar's turn is next. I was wondering why Vagnar didn't like actually show up on anything. But when I deleted him out, I deleted his turn out as well.
I want to use Sacred Flame on him too.
Sacred Flame?
Yep.
Okay. I gotta pull up your shit again. I keep on forgetting what your abilities are. Sacred Flame.
That's a
Must
cantrip.
make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Okay. So I will make a dexterity saving throw. I got a 17 on that. And your Sacred Flame is a 15. So once again, he takes nothing on that.
Okay, I stay still.
How is your shit only 15?
I don't know. You made this with me. Like, this is a product of your instruction.
Wisdom. Your wisdom is +4. It should be a 19, I think, because like the spell DC save would be your ability in that, right, guys?
For who to what?
So like if her spell casting ability is wisdom, and she has a 19 on wisdom, that would give her 19 for her wisdom for the dexterity saving throw, right? or what she has to make on, or what anybody has to make on a saving throw for the DC. Right?
Yep, because it goes against her spellcasting ability. So
Yeah, so that would have been a 19 instead of a 15. I don't understand why it's not working correctly. I'll look at that later.
Saving throw is
So what?
Your spell saving throw is different.
How is okay? So what is the spell saving throw? How is it?
It's your spellcasting ability modifier plus your it's like 8 plus your your whatever your caster thing is plus your like a thing. So like my spell save DC is 15.
Okay, so her spell save DC is probably just 15 as well, because it would be 4, probably plus her, what, proficiency, plus the 8. So yeah, that would be 15. Okay, so yeah, it does nothing. All right.
Did I get knocked out?
So what?
Said, did I get knocked out?
Not yet. You still have a little bit of life left. Are you moving at all, or is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is going to come up to Vagnar's turn now because, like I said, somehow it deleted him out of there. So Vagnar, go ahead and roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a D8. There it is. 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, wait a minute. Okay, so at this point,
In my view, I only see 4 people.
say what?
In my view, I only see the Unknown, Nocturne, Neurexus, and the Shadow Soldier.
You don't see Solus at all
I don't see Solus at all in
in the
my
bottom
view.
left-hand corner of the screen?
No, I.
Okay, roll me a D6 instead then.
Oh, wait, no, I see him. My bad. My, I was clicked on my token. It was covering him up.
Okay, so unfortunately now, at this point, your target is the unknown.
I will move. I assume that. So since I moved out of their range, that gives Shadow Soldier and Neurexus an attack of opportunity.
Shadow Soldier, yes, Shadow Soldier and Neurexus both an attack of opportunity. So Neurexus, if you want to take an attack of opportunity,
always.
the Shadow Soldier definitely will as well. Okay, so does a 24 hit Werewolf Vagnar?
It does.
Okay, and that is 12 slashing non-magical damage, which does nothing.
Does nothing.
And then the Shadow Soldier will make a throw as well. A 23 hits, only dealing 2 damage because of the necrotic.
Alrighty.
So you are very, very much bloodied at this point.
I am literally near death. Alright. Well,
You are still capable of movement.
I'm still capable of movement and attack.
Yep. And you currently want to attack the unknown, the NPC that I have created for this.
I will make an attack move with my claws.
I was going to say before that, but all right.
My bad. What were you going to say before that?
Well, you already made it. So the unknown is going to take 5 damage because of your claws. Now that it is at the end of your turn, you may make a what am I gonna make this? Let's make it a Constitution throw
On Werewolf Wagner?
on Werewolf Vagnar. Okay, you currently remain in werewolf form.
Very well.
Do you remember what your number was on the turn order?
It was at the bottom.
Yeah, but like everybody that was at the bottom was like a 7.1 something. Do you remember what
Oh
your
no,
number was?
I mean bottom. Mine was like a 2.
He was after me.
So I'll put it in as a 2. Uh, so now it is Nerexus's turn.
All right, I attack him twice.
Okay, go ahead and make your first attack. Your first attack does not hit. Oh, I'm sorry. Your first attack does not hit. Your second attack does, though, and deals 8 damage. So as your 8 damage is dealt to him, all of the rest of the armor falls off of where he was standing, and the shadow begins to dissipate into the atmosphere. And all of you hear in your minds, as it starts to dissipate, he says that Arvok will find you soon, as he then dies.
Does this dissipation of shadow look like the dissipation of shadow of the guard?
No,
Yeah,
it mainly looks like just smoke going into the air.
Now wail on me now, bitches.
Are you still a werewolf?
You still have a little bit of a problem in the
I
area.
attack
It's not your turn anymore. You can make your movement and everything, but it's not really your turn anymore.
I'm going to move next to him. That way I can intervene if he attacks somebody else.
Okay. It is now the unknown's turn, and the unknown, realizing that he doesn't have control over the werewolf and the danger is gone, and knowing what he knows about stuff, he is going to use... Yeah, he's gonna magic missile your ass 3 times. So that's 1d4 plus 1 force damage for each. I'll just say, since it's all against you, I'm gonna do. It's 3 hits, right? Each creature. You create 3 glowing darts. So it's gonna be 3d4 plus 1. And he deals a total of 9 damage to Werewolf Vagnar.
Which renders me unconscious.
Yep. Renders you unconscious, taking out Werewolf Vagnar. And Vagnar appears where Werewolf Vagnar was, on the floor, completely unconscious at this point.
Does that
We are
end
no
combat?
longer... That ends combat at this point. We are no longer in combat.
I go and I use medicine to try
have a
to
good
catch him.
time.
Yes, I was gonna say I was muted, but I also move forward to Vagnar with my medicine skill to assess his like health.
You guys have a cleric right next to you.
She doesn't need to waste spell slots.
Okay,
That's 'cause
well, with Solus's, you notice that there is nothing really all that wrong with him. It seems that the attacks that were dealt to him while he was in werewolf form kind of faded away. The only damage that is done to him is the damage that was there prior to him going into werewolf form. Of which Vagnar, if you can... mending is only for tools and stuff. Vagnar, if you can take your health down to what it was before. Spare the dying. He does not have 0 health points. He has, I don't know how many right now.
I think it was like, I want to say it was like 40 something.
If he was like,
It's like 42. Yeah, it was 42.
All right,
So, yeah,
but I am
he's-
unconscious.
He's unconscious, but he's very healthy looking. He doesn't look bloodied or anything like that.
I just look like I got in a very bad bar fight.
You only see like a couple of slashes across him, and that's about it.
To Solus and ask if he knew about this.
I look at him. No, I didn't, but I intend to find out.
Why wouldn't he tell us? We've been fighting together for years.
Maybe he recently became infected. But this is something that should have been brought up before we fight together. Ah, I sigh. Well, he's never been known for being the smartest, but I'm sure he has a good reason for it. I like pat his big meaty haunch and stand up.
Wagner, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, or not a saving throw, but a Constitution check as he pats you.
One
That would be
moment.
Constitution to see if he wakes up, right?
Oh man, I guess if he's that sensitive.
You do not wake up.
I stay dead asleep.
You snore very loudly.
I look at Neuraxis and say, I look at Neuraxis, then the unknown, and then Nocturne. We should investigate to make sure that there's no more of those creatures around.
I agree.
I look at Nocturne. Nocturne, can you stay with Vagnar to ensure that nothing sneaks up behind us and that he remains stable?
I suggest getting a bucket of water to throw on him to see if that wakes him up.
I smirk. Not a bad idea.
We are in a tavern. Let's
Okay.
use what we have.
So you grab a bucket of cold water, and there is one behind the bar. As you throw it on him, Vagnar, make another check with disadvantage.
You mean advantage?
No, disadvantage.
Is this
second.
too late?
Oh, yeah, with advantage. With advantage. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
I
With
considered the
advantage.
low him staying
Yeah,
asleep.
no, I knew what you meant, but like if he did with the system it wouldn't work.
Okay, so as you get the bucket of cold water thrown on you, you violently wake up in order to see everybody just standing around you and standing over you.
I just sort of lay my head back down with it hitting the floor, and I go, "Did we win?"
We sure did, buddy, but you're gonna have some explaining to do.
I just sort of turn to Solus and I go, "If you have silver, you can do it right now and skip the discussion."
No, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I turn to Solus and I go, "If you have any silver on you right now, you can just skip the discussion and do it right now."
First things first. Can you stand up?
I just stand up and I try to go, "Is the little girl okay?"
She's quite well. But we
Wait.
need
All that everybody forgot about.
You
We do
killed
it-
her. You should have told us.
To the dwarf.
just tries to guilt trip you.
I turn to the dwarf
Jesus.
and I look at you and I go, "And tell you."
That would be deception, not persuasion, though.
I just turn to you and I go, "You would have slit my throat on sight, so what does it really matter?"
Well, fuck, you actually might believe that you killed the little girl.
Wait, you said that. Wait, hold up. You said that I killed a little girl?
Yeah, do a, he did deception.
I answered. But I answered.
You're gonna be perception.
French answered before I said it.
roll perception. You gotta beat 19 with your perception. That's setting the bar high.
Well, guess I'll go fuck myself.
Oh my god. Not with disadvantage
Oh, my bad.
or advantage or anything. Just click on normal.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. So you honestly believe that you killed the girl. Everybody else around obviously knows that he didn't, and you can stop this at any time if you so choose.
Do I have permission to go and get the little girl? Can I do that?
It would take you a few seconds to be gone in order to get the little girl and bring her down. of which during those few seconds, Vagnar, you truly and honestly believe you killed the little girl.
I literally just take the weapons out of my sheaths. I throw them to the side, and I just
So I assume
and
the
I
table
just
was set back up and you guys are sitting around the table.
I just literally take my weapons out. I throw them on the table, and I just kneel and sort of press my head down and pull my hair out of the way.
You have no hair.
You're right. I don't have any
According to
hair.
your character picture, you have no hair.
You are correct. I don't have any hair except
Other than
tattoos
your
all over my
beard.
head. I literally just kneel down and I lay my head down perfectly for like an axe to take off my head.
Yeah. And as you're doing this, Nocturne comes back down with the little girl in tow.
I raise my axe like I'm going to execute him.
So the little girl comes back down to see Vagnar with his head laid down on a table and an axe held over his head. And she immediately runs to Vagnar's side and clutches at Vagnar and goes, "What are you doing?"
Can I use my therma thingy?
I mean, if you want to, I don't see what help it's going to cause here.
I pull my
but
axe back and laugh.
I want loud noises behind him that scare him and make him drop the axe.
He's holding his axe over the guy's head right now. Do you really want him to drop it?
He can swing like he's swinging behind him, but the little girl's scared of the axe.
Roll for deception, I guess.
You're gonna make me go back inside. I just walked out for a smoke. I got the spells. I can bring him back if it fucks up. It's fine. Okay.
And Norexus, I guess you're going to roll for persuasion. Or not persuasion, perception.
The whole goal is not scaring.
Oh god,
Little girl.
you're going to have to roll high on your deception.
Let me click the thing. I regret this already. I regret everything.
I feel that every day.
Oh, come on. Quit being dumb, computer.
Okay, so she got a 20 on her deception. So, Norexus, you fully and honestly believe that there is something making loud banging noises behind you.
I stop.
I now stand up, towering over the dwarf.
So the little girl is clutching at your side as you stand up. She kind of, let's see if she is capable of holding on.
I stand up.
She is not. She just slides down as you stand up.
I stand up and say, calm down, everyone. We need to assess the situation first. We don't know if there's more of those undead creatures outside the door.
I pick up my weapons and I look at the dwarf and I say in Dwarvish and I go, "We will discuss this later." And as I hand the little girl to Nocturne and I walk outside the tavern.
Okay. Are you guys willing to do another battle? Because we've been going for a while now. We've been going for 3.5 hours now.
Yeah, I think I'm done for the day.
Okay. So I'll just state that as you begin to walk out the tavern, you do hear rustling noises and bone creaking and stuff like that as you walk
You know where my
out.
slippers are? I don't like walking through barracks, baby.
And you hear
Okay.
a loud
One moment,
shriek
please.
of a female voice outside as well.
Okay.
That just screams out, "I see that they failed."
We gotta work on your female voices. That hurt my soul.
It's a harpy, basically. It's like an undead harpy.
I'm gonna have to send you some movies because you got some practice to
Okay,
do.
thank you. I'm sorry that my voice doesn't go to a higher pitch. I'm sorry, m'lady.
Oh god, that made my skin crawl. Don't do that. Ew.
Do you choose to turn back inside and tell everybody what you've just heard?
As I open the door and I hear it, I just shout, "We're not done!" And then I shut the door kind of behind me. I go, "If I say run, run!"
Okay. So as everybody rushes towards the door, except for the little girl
After
who's
this song,
basically
we're
going to
gonna
stay
go.
inside because she realizes what's happening, because she sees that you're, like, yeah, angry about this. Yeah, you all get outside and that you notice that the tavern is currently surrounded by enemies, by undead. And we will pick that up later. So at this point, there will be no rest between this battle and the next battle. So please do not regain any hit points unless Nocturne is going to take a chance to go around and try to heal some people before you get out the door.
Hell yeah, dude. Make it more spicy.
Outside, and I won't need it.
The intent was for you guys to do 2 battles back to back. You guys took a while at the other house, which it just ended up taking too much time. So when we come back, like I said, unless Nocturne wants to heal anybody at this point, because Vagnar's
good.
taken some damage and Nerexus is kind of bloodied at this point because he's taken quite a bit of damage. So you have the opportunity to heal them before you step outside.
I've already left, so don't do anything to me.
Which one are you?
I am
that was
Vagnar.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like scared the shit out of the little girl so he can get fucked. But
Okay,
I
and
was gonna-
that's the one that actually took damage was the one that is the dwarf. Oh my god, what did I just do? Right? You're Nerexus, you're the one that scared the shit out of the little girl.
with the axe.
I guess. Yep.
Yep. So you're the other one that she would be trying to heal at that point. The only other person that took damage was the unknown, of which he didn't take a lot. I've got to continue to level him up.
If Vagnar's gone and Nerexus was being a dick, I'll bring him back if he dies, but I'll wait till he dies.
Okay. There it is.
I'll expect it.
So as you all begin to step outside, I'll at least bring up the abandoned village screen and make sure dynamic lighting is off. Okay, yep, it is. So this is the area that you guys will be seeing next time. Let me delete the 2 of you off of the screen. Boop. You guys can all see, right? You can see the map?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this will be the map of which you guys will see next time. The large L-shaped building that's right here that the yellow beacon is flashing at,
Right.
that is where you guys will start. That is the tavern. And you will have enemies all around once I set them up.
So do you guys stay with you guys next time? Like, am I still cool to join?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fun.
There's a dick. Who do it? Who did it? It was Nerexus.
What was Nerexus?
All right. So does anybody have anything to say as we end the session?
Is the tavern on fire?
No, the tavern is not on fire. Why?
Fair enough.
He
No.
fireballed it.
He magical fireballed it though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a magical fireball. I didn't set anything up for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. The little girl will be safe in there.
Sick. All right.
All right. Thank you guys
Thanks
for
for the
joining.
session. Thanks for DMing. It was nice playing with you for your first time. Cassie or Casey? I don't want to say Casey.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
This is not pulling up my camera.
Once I got things figured out.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, like I'm such more of like a do to learn type person. Like you can sit and explain things to me all day, but until I see it, like I just won't get it. So
I'm the same way. And like I said, when Matt explained this all to me, it was like bombarding me with information. And it was like, okay, I would have been better off buying all the books and reading them. Thank you.
It
Yeah,
can be really overwhelming, but it's really not as bad as everybody makes it sound once you start
yeah.
it. So,
Once you do it, like, and you realize and you break it down, it's a lot, but it's not a lot.
The best thing is just to not try to take all the information, like specifically for your class. Just do you. Don't look at
Yeah.
don't learn the wizard or the like all these other. Just learn your specific cleric, and then you'll everyone else can adapt to you.
Yeah, like you don't have to try to learn everything that we do. Learn what you do and what you do best, and then we build ourselves around each other.
Making jokes.
But just to insert real quick. So we agreed first and last Saturdays at 1800. This is the there was a lot of Saturdays this month, which is funny. So we will meet again in 2 weeks on the 30th. Okay.
And
Alrighty.
if we can meet before then, that's cool. But yeah, we will have that as our time slot. I gotta look up and see like what duty days I have and everything.
I think
Right.
it'll work out a lot. Like, so I know you want to do more white, but I think I was just looking at it. With the first and last, that means we play obviously 2 weeks in a row, and then that gives you 2 weeks to like build maps for the next the next segments, so you don't have to like hurry between that 1 week period.
Yep.
yep.
As long as you have like good time management on that. But
Yep.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna mute and deafen myself in Discord and do my outro and raid.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Word.
Thanks,
Wow.
guys.
Yeah.
Where is?
Deuces.
I'm just gonna jump out of chat. All right, hey everybody. I can't get my camera to work, so you guys have this little tiny camera as we're looking at the screen. Thank you everybody so much for joining. Thank you everybody so much for watching and being here. Thank you for the Prime sub earlier. Yeah, that was a great time. It was a little bit of a slow start, and that was mainly because Nocturne has never really played D&D before, so she didn't really know what to do. I kind of could have set her up for that a little bit better, I guess.